Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to Stamford Bridge yet again, where we have a doozy of a show for you today.
Been an interesting week, isn't it?
Oh, God, I don't even know what has happened, honestly. It's like, it's just been one thing after the other.
It's one of those sort of too soon to tell weeks.
Yes, where all of the leading theories are starting to bubble up and they almost sound equally insane.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if I'd characterize them as insane, to be honest.
That's true. Alex Jones is making a lot of sense, as per usual.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, you know, like, he's been right about a lot over the years.
He has.
I tell you, Alex Jones's problem is entirely one of presentation and not of substance. Well,
Yes.
mostly not of substance. I mean, some
Presentation
things,
and history.
Yeah, but some things obviously he's been wrong about, but a lot of things he's been right about. And like his general sort of political philosophy is just basic American republicanism. Like, this is for really uncontroversial political opinions that he actually has. It's the conspiracy theories.
Which taint all of the rest.
Yeah, but some of them turn out to be completely true. So it's just like, right, who's tainted here exactly? But anyway, yeah.
That's true. The difference between a conspiracy theory and truth tends to be 6 months these days.
Yeah, it really does, actually.
But before we get to the heavy shit, we do have just a nice, relaxing one to begin with. I'm sure you remember the fat, gay, disabled, black, transgender space marine.
This isn't going to be about Lena Dunham's weight gain, is it?
No, thankfully, not yet.
But did you see that as well?
I did.
Holy fuck. Like, good God, you know. And the funniest take I saw was like, yeah, this is Faustian. Because you don't just get that fat by accident. You've got to really work at it to get that fat. And I was like, that's the point, actually. Like, maintaining that kind of weight takes effort.
It does. And it's also the... God damn it. Fucking little ad blocker. Let me see if I can get this one in archive. I found an article about it that I thought was particularly wonderful. Can I archive this? Because the thing is, too, normally you'd think that, oh my god, this woman has just ruined herself.
Well, yeah.
Well, not necessarily so.
Sorry, are we talking about Lena Dunham or the Space Marine?
Well, Lena Dunham at the moment.
Ah, right, okay.
Whilst I'm
Just
trying to get this... it's not going to let me get past
honestly,
ad blocker.
it's hard to know which disgusting, corpulent progressive we're talking about today.
So I wanted to bring up this article, but it's behind an ad blocker, which the title is Her Unapologetically Beautiful Transformation.
It's like abuse. It's just a form of fucking abuse, man. Like, they're feeders. They're like, yeah, look how fat she got. Isn't it beautiful? It's like, well, I mean, even if it is beautiful, it's not good for her, right? You know, we can at least agree this is really unhealthy. So possibly, even if it's really beautiful, because you're some sort of, I don't know, like African tribesman who measures beauty based on weight, like, it's not good.
A chubby chaser. Who knows that some people get turned on about this?
Well, apparently that article, whoever wrote that.
Yep.
Like, unironic chubby chasing. I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
And there's actually quite a lot of these as well. How this has been a very positive thing. How she transformed herself.
Yes, Lena Dunham is trans fat now.
Yep, she is. No, actually, like, this one here. Officially, a big back, 300 pounds.
Jesus, really?
Apparently.
But again, the fact that they're all encouraging this, it's just a form of abuse. It's basically gaslighting.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
you don't look like a fucking monster. Everyone thinks you're beautiful.
Lena Dunham slams body shamers.
Yeah, okay, I don't give a shit. What, like a walrus or something? Like, slams them with her belly.
Presumably, and to be fair, if a 300-pound woman jumped on you, you would be severely injured.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've seen these walruses fighting, right? It's fucking terrifying.
Oh yeah, human would not last long in that confrontation, but Lena Dunham might.
Well, yeah, apart from Lena Dunham.
Here's the question.
Maybe she's training up for
Here's
it.
the
She's like, look, I'm getting that walrus husband.
Lena Dunham embraces 2025 weight gain with confidence. I love the verbiage. It sounds as if it's positive. It sounds like an achievement. Like she's really done something here.
Yeah, she ate like a fucking pig, bro. I guess that's impressive in a way. I mean, eventually normal people get sick.
It is, and like normal people, it's putting on 300 fucking pounds is not easy.
Yeah, no, it's just, again, Faustian. Just preposterous.
It requires determination. But on the fat, gay, trans space marine,
Oh, yeah.
which was created like half a year ago or so, to show the chud how you could make a cool, diverse space marine.
Well, Chuds, I hope you're watching this. Hope you're getting BTFO'd, seething and coping in the chat there.
The artist behind this creation has made a new magnum opus.
Oh, excellent.
This right here, which is
Oh, hang on a second.
uh-huh.
Whoa. You can't do that.
Yes,
You
they
can't
can.
use... No, not the Warhammer brand. That's the Warhammer signal. Behind a paywall? I mean, you'd be lucky if they'd let you do it for free on the internet, let alone behind a fucking paywall. The GW lawyers must be frothing at the mouth. Like, this is actual. Like, this isn't like with Yanovich, where he's just like, making some fun videos because he likes this thing, or like with the Emperor's text-to-speech device, where this is clearly parody and satire. No. This is someone using your actual brand
Yes.
to sell.
Citizenship.
Yes, that is the big thing here. This isn't some fan content. This isn't like you could argue parody, but that is the literal current day Warhammer 40,000 logo.
Ooh.
No changes, no additions slapped on there.
I tell you what, that is playing with fucking fire. I wouldn't do that.
And it says Codex, not fan-made, not
Yeah.
supplement, not something, not homebrew. Codex, Warhammer 40,000 Codex, behind a $5 paywall and a Patreon.
Heresy's the question.
My God, I mean, the scaly lizard men reptilian lawyers that GW employs must be sissing like this with excitement over this, because that is obviously going to designed to fool people that is GW endorsed.
Yes.
That's obviously designed to make people think that.
Yes. This is actual IP infringement right here.
But I bet GW doesn't do a fucking thing.
No, because that's the thing. This is a progressive person. And again, GW just recently sued like 200 fucking providers. Some of which were legitimate. Others were literally creating like cup holders that looked slightly grimdark. And this person still has the balls to not just make a parody, but to use the logo straight up.
That is pretty much. I mean, imagine being that much on the right side of history, Arch.
Yeah. No, imagine having that
Laws don't
kind
apply
of
to me.
privilege.
Yeah, I can't. I think the law applies to me. I've got to follow the rules.
Now, this person, the rules are definitely for other people here.
That is pretty mental.
And the thing is, though, the reason why GW isn't going to do shit about this is because they actually have a history of this. So, several years ago, there was a Facebook group called Feminist 40K.
Yep.
Well, they actually contacted GW and got official approval to use the old logo with feminist in the middle. Now, this is at least a different text. So there's that. rather than
guess.
just the actual logo. But they got permission from GW to use 40K, to use the old logo, to use the font style, all of that. And they even have like the email to prove it. GW was like, no. Copyright infringement is fine so long as you have the correct politics.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. No, straight up. Like, this is just this is just another piece of evidence. Yeah, no. GW isn't fair about this.
No, if only I had the correct politics, eh?
Yep. If Yanovich had the correct politics, or if he was trans, that would be even better. He could continue making videos.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, all you need to do, lads, is whip it off.
Snip it off, and you too can become a 40K content creator.
It's the only way.
Trick or treat.
It pisses me off too. Just the everybody else is running scared, and then you get this
with good reason.
Like, I tell you, if there is a content creator out there, if there's anyone out there that you're watching, you see stuff like this, who behaves right now as if there's nothing dangerous going on in 40K, they're either literally bought and paid for, or they know they're untouchable. Those are the only fucking alternatives.
The thing is, they literally sent you a cease and desist threatening to sue you over using the word Warhammer in your channel name.
Yep.
Like, no one thought that Arch Warhammer meant officially endorsed by GW. No one thought that. What they thought is a chap called Arch who talks about Space Marines and 40K. That's because that's obviously what it means. And yet still, but with this, oh no, you can use the official fucking branding, love. Don't worry about it.
Yep. Again, if they aren't scared, they're on board. Simple fucking as.
Lucky them.
Lucky them indeed.
Just mental.
I would also heartily urge anyone who's being sued by GW to bring this to court and go Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you not taking action against this? You are not protecting your IP.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, because that actually then becomes something actionable, right? It's like, look, the claims that they have to the damage that anyone using parody or satire does to Warhammer. Well, no, I have a counterexample. Actually, they didn't do anything with this person, and this person used the official fucking branding.
Yep. Bring this up. Bring the feminist 40K up. You can demonstrate that GW does not guard their IP so long as the person who's doing it is on their side.
You don't even need to make that point, really. You can just say, no, they're quite flexible about guarding their IP. Look at this one, look at this one, look at this one. The GW didn't do a damn thing.
Another day, another GW.
Mental. I mean, honestly, like, I don't even, like, I think we have been pretty consistent on all of this. We don't know why GW is terrorizing its own fan community. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I don't think it's going to net them any more money. And if anything, I think the ill will they're building up is actually going to cost them money, right? I think what's going to happen is that people are like, right, don't play Warhammer. Jesus Christ, GW's fucking mental. You know, don't know what their problem is, but I'm not going to play Warhammer anymore. I mean, right, as we talk, I'm currently painting a Predator miniature, for example. You know, I'm not painting a fucking Space Marine or, you know, something from 40K. Because I'm like, okay, well, if that's how you feel, GW, there are other games around that I like that I'm going to play. And I will, frankly.
Yep. Now, the thing is, they're currently in the process of basically purging their audience. I swear to God. They think
yes.
that with the Amazon deal, they're going to go mainstream. They don't want those cringe old fans, because they complain. We go like, oh, GW, this plastic's overpriced. You promised us they'd be cheaper. You keep fucking lying. Keep pumping up your prices. You keep releasing shit. Your characters are getting worse. Your novels are getting worse. Everything is getting worse. They don't want us. They want a brand new person who doesn't know shit, who gets into it because it's popular.
And this, I mean, you can see this in the tactical Space Marines, right? I obviously everyone has noticed that the Space Marines are not gothic anymore, right? I mean, if you look back, like I follow a bunch of old Warhammer Facebook pages, and they always post like golden demons from like 1992 and stuff, and they look amazing, because the models themselves, by comparison to now, are kind of shit, to be honest. But it's the charm that they have, the little details that they have. Frankly, and with the Space Marines in particular, it's the fact that they're so gothic looking. They look like space knights. They look like something weird that has just a lot of character. Whereas now, you look at the fucking Primaris Marines, I didn't even mind them at first, but the more I look at them, the more I realize that these aren't really Space Marines. What these are kind of Call of Duty Marines.
Yep. And it's personality. I was playing an old 40k game the other day, and
I played Knights of War.
Yeah, it's really cool. And because you look at the old designs, and you realize like it's so clean and so effective. It communicates the purpose and the intent of the model and the universe extraordinarily well. It feels like there's no but then look at a new model and there's lines everywhere. There's little like cutouts. Everything is rounded. You've got details here. The greaves have greave line, like they've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels of fucking lines, whereas there's like 4.
But also if you get the Recon Marines up, you see where this is going. It's like, okay, this could just be something in anything, right? It's like this. It doesn't have to be Space Marines for these types of Marines, and that's not great. I like, and you look at the old sort of the old style Terminators and stuff, and it's just like, this has changed, man. Like tonally, this has changed, and it's not for the better. It's too clean, too crisp, too devoid of personality to want to be the thing that it was supposed to be. And so you didn't have to do this. Like Trench Crusade is actually a good example of how you can have a lot of personality on your miniatures, even though the miniatures are high quality. Like just because you've got like new graphic AI designers or whatever, doesn't mean you have to go down this route. But obviously they're choosing to.
Yep. And the Incursor Marines, the new like quote unquote Scout Marines, they are a great example of this, because this doesn't even look like a Space Marine anymore. Like if you'd strip away the paint scheme, this could be practically any fucking fantasy or sci-fi.
It looks like Halo or something, right?
Yeah.
Like it's totally, and I'm not trying to diss these things. It's just 40K separates itself from these things in this very specific way. It is gothic. It has an aesthetic. It is meant to be like, all of this looks like the product of a team of scientists testing things, right? But that's not. But the 40K was meant to. The Space Marines in particular were meant to feel the opposite of that. No, it's a bunch of tech priests who are chanting litanies. So you're going to have a lot of extraneous bullshit on these Marines that isn't actually strictly useful for their functioning, but is basically their prayers to the machine god. Do I feel like that when I'm looking at this guy? No, of course I fucking don't.
Like, one of the nice touches as well, back on the old models, was all of, like, the fucking piping everywhere.
Yep.
And obviously, people would look at that and go, well, that's rather stupid. All of those are vulnerabilities. Yes, that's because this is an ancient fucking suit of power armor.
Yes, because they don't know why. They don't know what they're doing. Like, if they're like, right, okay, you have to put these pipes here. Why? Well, the machine god won't answer the prayers or whatever. It's like, okay, well, that's not ideal, is it? No, it's not, but we don't know how it works. Yeah. That's the point. We don't know how it works.
This is how we've done it for 10,000 years. We can't fucking change it. We don't even know how to begin.
Exactly. They're totally losing the plot, man.
And again, that's the thing. In my opinion, GW is already like, they're already going to go downhill now. There's going to be, if the 40K show does well, 20 years life cycle. If it does poorly, 10 before you start seeing that massive fall off.
Yeah, I do think that in the next like 5 years or so, you'll see just a gradual decline as people just start getting bored with 40K, because it's not what it used to be, and they're like, oh, this isn't what I wanted, and so people just stop buying it.
Yep, and that new audience that you replaced the old one with, well, they only picked it up because it was cool, because it was a popular thing to do.
Oh, the modern audience is fickle. GW will learn.
Because they don't actually give a shit. They saw this, their friends like 40K. It's like, wow, Space Marines. Oh, I'm part of this clique. I'm in on this.
Well, what they're going to be like is like, oh yeah, I remember that Frank used to play that years ago, but I thought it was sad and nerdy. But now there's an epic fucking show about it. Like, I give a shit. And it's like, yeah, exactly. You don't care. And that's fine. You don't have to care. But like, GW, this isn't your fucking audience, you idiots.
Yep. And they will abandon you as quickly as they pick you up.
They literally will just flit on to the next trend.
Yep. But again, GW thinks that it's going mainstream now, and in all due likelihood, they're just thinking they're going to pump it up, sell the company to some other giant fucking entity, and then retire to an island in the Bahamas.
And you know what? Good for them. They've had a long run, but, you know, you could just do that anyway without pumping out shit. Like, why couldn't you just carry on as you were, that, you know, got you to this point, and then just sell it anyway?
It is tragic.
No, we need to poison the well on the way out, you fucking chuds.
Because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? Like, genuinely, it's hard to explain this without recourse to GW hates their audience.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
It's genuinely hard. I just don't... You just wouldn't do this to your own property unless you were trying to shit on the audience.
Well, again, they are on the tail end of what so many companies have had, where they are being convinced that their audience is full of bad people.
Yeah.
Bigots, racists, Nazis, blah, 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 all of this shit.
Yeah.
And they just want to replace them with a brand new, wonderful, blue-haired audience that'll totally embrace their stuff.
Oh, yeah, they'll be totally loyal. Good luck, GW.
And they'll learn the same lessons that Disney learned, the same lesson that Amazon learned, and it'll take them the same amount of fucking time.
It'll cost them the same amount of fucking money, too.
Service guarantees citizenship.
So, a couple of these before they stack up too much. Marksman 117B, RIP Grok 3 or Tay 2.0 for a list.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it?
That was great, yes. March. Show Sargon the new Zanu short. Why nations fail. Forever proving that the truth hurts.
I haven't seen it, so.
We will probably do that one today, yes. I had a look at that one. It looked cool. Here's Wiz. Autism, ego, eccentric. Elon might end up like Tesla. Not the car. Ah. The actual Tesla.
Yeah. I wish Elon would just basically stick to doing tech stuff. Just.
Yeah, I mean, he's thinking about a whole America party now, which...
Yeah, Elon, this is not a good idea, mate.
Yep. You don't understand the sheer amount of bullshit involved in establishing this. Not to mention, you're not going to be popular overnight. You're going to spend another 10 years trying to build this fucking party. And what? Like, and the problem too is, his entire argument is basically going to be like, we're going to build America, but it's going to come from a very corporatist point of view, because every time he goes, oh, we need to get more stuff to America, people are going to bring up the H-1B visa thing again.
Yeah. Well, it's like, who's going to build America? Yeah, Indians. Right, okay. I mean, it was literally co-founded with him and a fucking Indian.
We're going to start importing Indians to take your jobs.
Yes, unironically is what his opinion is. But also, no, the party is socially liberal but fiscally conservative, right? That's like 3% of America, and they're already taken up by the libertarians.
Yep.
That's literally the 3% that the Libertarian Party occupies. So what are you doing?
As I mentioned as well, like, the reason why it's so little is because social liberal and economic conservative are fucking oxymorons.
Yep, that's another great point. It's like the reason that social liberals are also economic liberals is because you need big government. Like, when I say economic liberals as in, you know, massive statists, it's because you need big government to pay for the consequences of social liberalism.
Yeah.
And not only that, the philosophy ties together. Like, you know, Elon himself is not really that much of a social liberal, if you think about it. How does he feel about his trans son?
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's actually quite a conservative when it comes to it. So what are you doing, Elon?
Well, the problem is he's still trapped within the idea of it being moral.
Yeah.
And like this is the entire problem with social liberal, economic conservative, is that the social liberal is the moral argument. No, you must do this or you're a bad person. At which point there is no way to hold back spending because, well, if you do, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
Like
Totally true.
It's a self-destructive ideology because if you hold back spending, then you're a monster.
No, it's totally true. Totally true. Like this can't go anywhere.
Yep. It simply fucking can't. Carson Kazmiri, maybe I'm reaching, but the Bohemian Grove meeting should have started Monday, same day as Epstein stuff went down.
Well, we can get into the Epstein stuff whenever you like, because it's just one of those things.
One of those things. And but Ackerman's been a member for 31 months. Afternoon, gents. Good morning and afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Before we get into the... we need something light first to raise our spirits.
Oh, yeah.
Wakanda is officially cancelled.
Oh, what?
Yep.
No!
I'm sorry to say it, Wakanda is over, gentlemen. It's not gonna happen.
I can't help but notice that they seem to have tried to build Wakanda in wood as well.
Yep.
So not only did it not happen, but that's a wooden house.
Oh yeah, they built one, I think, like pseudo concrete structure. That's all they got.
Oh, is that concrete? It looked like wood to me. If you can find a zoomed in picture, because it honestly looks like wood when you see the zoomed in picture.
I shall try.
I can't believe Wakanda's cancelled though.
Yeah, it ran out of money.
Yeah, how did the white man interfere with this one, Arch?
Well, $1.2 billion were allocated, and then $1.2 billion disappeared, and, well... That's about it.
And somehow that's the white guy's fault.
I love this too. Akon has since been accused of Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes, and that this Wakanda city was likely a scam. You don't say.
Who is this Akon guy? Just out of interest.
I think there's some kind of rapper who started doing this. So, so Senegal granted him 136 acres to build the smart city in 2020.
Right.
And they built... Well, they claim they built one building. They built the shell of one building.
Okay.
That was it. That was all the work that had taken place. Whoopsie. Where did the money go? Nobody knows. What is going to happen to the land? Well, it's probably just going to stay dead and unused for the next 50 years, if I know Africa.
Well, there we go. I mean, that's just the way these things go, isn't it?
Again, the entire idea behind this, Akon City, it did not work out.
I mean, it's fucking preposterous.
Let's see, can I?
It does.
There are going to be many ads on this. I'm hoping not. The official account, 2 million views 4 years ago. Let's have a look at Akon City then, shall we? I'm betting there's copyrighted music in the background, so I'm going to keep it muted.
Yeah, mute it.
An extension of the sea into the land, diving into the roots of nature. Is that... Breathe life. Is it just me, or does this style of building just look incredibly fucking terrible?
Oh, it's horrible. Absolutely hideous. Wouldn't want to live in it myself. I mean, Jesus.
And it must be unfathomably unpractical. Like, you must waste so much space on this.
Even if it doesn't waste space, I don't care. It's just horrific to look at.
African village.
I love the way they say it, African village, as if that's something like no, isn't it just a village? No, this is an African village.
African village.
Yeah, this is a better village. Like not your normal village. But I love this tech 0102. You don't know what that means, do you? You don't know what's going there.
No,
Like,
you
this
have
is just,
no idea.
Yeah, you don't know anything about tech, do you? And don't get me wrong, I don't either. But like it's quite painfully apparent.
This is where the Wakanda industry will happen. The groundbreaking research of Tech 001 and 003.
Yep. I mean, we need that.
Yep, that's necessary. Health and safety, a police station. Hold on, you're gonna need police in Wakanda? Also, I also do like how the police station is directly next to the general hospital as well.
What I find interesting is the hospital's right at one end of it. Like, why wouldn't you put the hospital in the middle of it?
Yeah, you need that space for the Tech 003 industry.
I guess you do, yeah.
Education district, Edu 1, 2, and 3. What? Junior, middle, and high school, or
Don't know.
some kind of Wakanda education, maybe?
Who knows?
Filming studio. Four
film
filming
studios. But look how few residential buildings they've got. You know, you're going to have to live literally in just a high rise. But you can't have a house. Acon Tower, media.
Acon Tower.
You can't have a fucking house.
I mean, I guess you live in African village and then you drive around here to get to
No,
work.
you live in a fucking tower.
You're gonna live in a block apartments.
Yeah. All right, Bugman.
Ah, well, you're in easy distance from Dakar. That's good, I guess.
Oh, good.
Do you have any shots of the interiors? No, just a little sweeping through the city. Ah, but even in Wakanda, we still can't escape graffiti. You know,
Naturally.
this was a bad idea. It just didn't
Really?
work out. Oh, that blends in. Yes, giant trees, buildings. That perfect into. Yep, no, ideal. I love how
it's hideous.
they have these little blend-ins and then the building as if to go like, oh, these are the same thing. And like, I don't.
It's just hideous. Absolutely fucking hideous. But what's really interesting, right, is that normally when a culture embarks on a project like this, with the architecture, they call upon their traditional architectural styles, right?
Huh?
But I'm guessing these guys don't have any traditional architectural styles to call upon.
Well, no, literally, because this entire African architectural style is more like just generalistic bullshit futurism, more so than anything else.
Exactly. It's like just very abstract futurism.
Well, one of the interesting things about the entire idea of African futurism, which is like this whole fucking genre now.
Wakandaism.
Yes, like African cyberpunk practically. Is that
Yeah.
all of it looks weirdly primitive?
Yeah.
Like, this is a woman wearing a knitted blanket and a Soviet astronaut helmet.
Yep, that's true. I mean, it's just like Wakanda, Black Panther, anyway, right? Where they're fighting with fucking what's the material called?
Vibranium or something.
Vibranium. Yeah, they're fighting with vibranium spears. It's like, really, a spear?
Yeah, no, actually.
A fucking spear?
the royal bodyguards. They have access to the most miraculous material on Earth, space colonization tech, and they're wielding spears.
Yeah. How is it you're using a spear?
And even as so they can like shoot power bolts or something. This has the same problem of the Captain America movie where Hydra has like laser weapons and they fire really slow. It's like boom, right?
Yeah.
You could just use an assault rifle and go, you're dead. Your stupid laser rifle didn't even charge. What the fuck?
Yeah. It would be better to just have anything else.
Yeah. Just a gun would be markedly superior.
Just literally a gun.
Or the pinnacle of technology, a monkey's paw holding a stone.
Yeah. I mean, literally a club.
But a fancy club? And that is all African futurism is. It's really old shit with neon colors behind it. See, that's the thing. You can't imagine something you don't know, and we don't know what a technologically advanced African society would look like.
Well, honestly, that's kind of true.
Yeah, well, it's literally true.
Yeah. So, and the thing is as well, right? This isn't really much of an issue, right? Normally, normal cultures are just like, okay, we'll just adopt whatever the latest technology is. But the whole point of this is chauvinism. It's to say Africa number one. Africa just as good as anywhere else. We don't need anyone's help with anything. So we're going to invent our new technology that's going to look like spears and clubs.
Yep.
It's like, you can use guns. It's fine. No one would object in any way, shape, or form. It's just you're too proud.
Here's the question. Fire is the answer.
We've got to use Africa as the inspiration, and we don't have a lot to draw from there.
Yeah.
At least, like something like this, I like better because at least like the patterns and stuff look African.
Yeah,
it's still on the level of cave paintings, basically, but at least it looks distinct.
Well, I'm like not bothered. Like with that sort of thing, it's like I don't even know if I'd say it's cave painting. I mean, you can if you like it, okay, great. Mm-hmm. You can like it. That's totally fine. But I mean, I'm not saying it's my sort of thing, but like,
I have lost.
You know, if you like it, fair enough.
Fair enough. But unfortunately, if any of you in the chat had money invested in Acon City,
I have lost.
I'm sorry, it's not going to work out.
No, it's literally not.
Good try though. Good effort.
Guarantees citizenship.
Child the Beagle, in Northern Ireland, there was an outrage at July the 12th bonfire. Dead had an effigy of boat migrants with the sign saying, "Stop the boats." Sadly, there was no outrage when it was directed at the Irish.
Question. Fire is the answer.
Yeah, so this has been quite the story here, because in Northern Ireland, they built a giant bonfire and put an effigy of the boat migrants at the top of it with the sign, "Stop the boats." And everyone has been freaking out about it.
Yeah, I saw that. Let's see if I can find a... There you go, "Stop the boat." Veterans before refugees.
Yeah. I mean, that's, again, in any other time or place, that's not actually a terribly controversial opinion. But here we are.
Here we are. And you will take the migrants.
Well, just because they're all, I mean, yeah, notice how they're portrayed as all men as well, because they are almost all men.
Oh, yeah, it's a strenuous journey. It's not for women and children. They come afterwards.
That's literally it. That's literally what it is.
Well, Ireland is part of the EU. You're just going to have to bend over and take it.
Well, that's Northern Ireland, so it's not part of the EU.
Oh, is it Northern Ireland?
Heresy.
Yes.
Okay.
Fire is the answer.
Because the thing is, the boat migrants aren't going to Ireland. They're coming to Britain.
I guess you're just going to have to deal with Keir Starmer instead.
Yeah, well, Keir Starmer's decided, and I'm not joking, right? He is the world's worst negotiator. So some deals that Keir Starmer has negotiated so far, right? There's the Chagos Islands. Now, the Chagos Islands we own, and that was it. We conquered them as the Empire. We set up a military base there, and that's it, right? So you think there's no need for a deal. But Keir Starmer was like, maybe we should give them to Mauritius. Everyone's like, why would we do that? And he's just like, well, I just think we should give them to Mauritius. But we need the base there, Keir. What about the base? It's like, why don't we rent the base back for £9 billion a year? And obviously Mauritius is like, okay, we'll take it. If you're going to give us $9 million a year to own these fucking islands, like, no one wants this. The people of the Chagos Islands are protesting because they're like, well, we don't want to be ruled by Mauritius. Like, they're going to treat us like second-class citizens. But he's like, no, it's done. And I mean, I don't know if it's actually been finalized yet, but it's in the process of being finalized. So it's just like, okay, why would we do that? And so today, no, sorry, it was yesterday, he came out with another incredible deal, right? And it's just incredible, where he's like talking to Macron, and he's like, look, we need to do a deal about these boat migrants. And Macron's like, okay. And he's like, I guess if we go 1 for 1, and Keir Starmer's like, how about 17 of yours for 1 of ours? As in, we'll take 17 migrants and give you 1 back. And I imagine that Macron was just like,
flabbergasted.
Yeah, okay, I guess if you want. And so that's the deal. The worst, again, it's actually not the worst deal that he's negotiated, because it's only going to cost us something like £400 million, which, I mean, is a lot of money in my view, but like compared to the Chagos Islands deal, it's a fucking steal, I guess. By far the best deal he's negotiated, actually.
Yeah, no, Keir Starmer is just actively trying to destroy as much of the country as he can before he's voted out of power.
Yeah. He's literally dismembering the country. He's literally doing this.
All I'm saying is that if I was Argentina right now...
Well, that's honestly, and the same with Gibraltar. Oh yeah, that was another thing, right? Yeah. So the other shit deal that he got was Gibraltar, right? So Britain has had Gibraltar since like 1702, before it was even the United Kingdom, I think, or like 1709 or something like that. It was really like 300 years, right? And the Spanish and the French have desperately tried to take it off of us. And every single time, we have fucking destroyed them. Just completely annihilated. Humiliated them, right? And so they gave up on it. It was just accepted that, yeah, Britain owns Gibraltar and we've just got to suck it, right? And until Keir Starmer came along, where he's like, okay, why don't I put Gibraltar into the Schengen zone? And everyone's like, why would you do that? Well, just because they would like it in the EU and I want them to like me, right? And so I'll put it into the Schengen zone and then I'll let them control Gibraltar's borders. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what are you doing, Keir? It's like, well, look how happy they are with me now. Like, they like that I've given them control over who enters and exits Gibraltar. So, yeah, I bet they fucking have. But why don't you care what the people at home think? Like, we're the ones who vote for you, you prick. Like, so, oh my God. So yeah, honestly, the Falklands, he's probably going to give them away like a year before he has to leave office or something like that. Like, mark this space.
And recent news too was that they are planning to unify the airport and the transport hubs of Gibraltar and Spain. Which, of course, means that there will be no more UK, because now, of course, Spain has control of the borders. So if they also have, possession of the main transport hubs and the airfield, they determine what comes in and out as well, both from the sea and the air.
And if they're in control of the borders, well, if they were to find themselves burdened with I don't know, loads of refugees they didn't want, and they wanted to put them somewhere that wasn't going to cost them anything, well, where could they put them?
You know, it's sure is lucky that Spain doesn't have a little piece of itself bordering a vast Islamic nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is lucky that there aren't just weekly stormings of that particular border. Otherwise, the people of Gibraltar might very well find themselves outnumbered rather swiftly.
Citizenship.
Yeah, there's only 30,000 people on Gibraltar.
That would take, 2 months to import?
Yeah, I mean, if that, I imagine they could do it pretty fucking quickly if they wanted.
You ignorant slut.
But I'm sure Spain would not resort to such underhanded tactics to gain control of a territory they wanted for 800 years.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming not. The far right party Vox is convinced that they're going to get Gibraltar back, though, which is interesting. So I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, like it's all quite unusual.
What's the saying? Once is coincidence, twice is happenstance, thrice is friendly or enemy action.
Enemy action, yeah. No, honestly, Keir Starmer is 100% an enemy of Britain.
And the worst part is, I guarantee you, after he's been doing this for like 4 or 5 years, and he gets voted out, the next party that comes in will be like Reform or something, and they'll be sat there with all of this disastrous shit, and they're going to get blamed for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like on the plus side, at least saying, well, Keir Starmer did this will be true and convincing, right? So at least you'll be like, well, yeah, he did do that. He was shit.
You can say it, but will people fucking remember?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, thing is, everyone fucking hates Keir Starmer.
Poor little England.
So if it helps, you know, everyone fucking hates Keir Starmer.
Let's see. Adam Acumen, Red Chud standing by. Valon sending this as thanks to Sargon for that excellent video on King Alfred's school today.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a lot of work to do, but I'm glad you enjoyed it because I think it's really important. Basically, I went to the first classical revival education revival school in England. It's called the King Alfred School, and it is consciously bringing back a classical education in a Christian English mold. So it's consciously trying to revive and maintain the culture, and it's the first school of its kind. And of course, because it's got classical Victorian education, the students are doing brilliantly, and the whole fucking the whole tenor of the school is really positive. The whole the academic achievements they have are superb, obviously. And the school itself just feels very friendly and full of goodwill. And it's like, all of England could be like this.
Could be.
One day, God willing.
God willing. Deus Vult.
Yeah.
Heresy is the question.
But the point is, like, Rupert Lowe's Restore Britain movement, if they wanted to genuinely restore Britain, well, restoring our education system is key to that, right? You can't do it without restoring the education system. So basically, making schools use a classical curriculum based on the trivium has got to be the thing we do for education.
Yep, because you cannot take a nation back without claiming its youth.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to claim the youth. And the classical education is the way to do it. And the thing is, it's good. It's very, very good.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that it's actually a superior form of education either.
Yeah. It's a way better form of education. So it's like, yeah, why don't we do this?
Because it's not very politically correct.
Well, yeah, it's not woke. Yeah, that's true.
Burnson got the first paycheck for my new job. Have some blood money from the military-industrial complex.
Oh, well done.
And Holznader, hey Carl, an Arch long-time fan and Lotus Eater subscriber. I get the pin of trying to get an independent property. Independent property is hard, So I shield my work at every opportunity. I have a book on Kindle, Tales from the Proxian Empire.
Great. Guys, go and get it. We've got to support our dudes.
And it is indeed difficult, although I will say, with the demonetization of AI, so somebody at YouTube was listening last week, good.
Yeah, that's a great point.
This is a great fucking thing, because we would have been, like, social media would have just been fucked if this was allowed to continue.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm sure that YouTube are going to fuck it up and start demonetizing a bunch of people's channels who are not AI.
Yep. There's going to be all kinds of teething issues. They're going to start looking at thumbnails. Maybe this all has the same frame. That's a template right there.
Yeah.
They're probably going to do something stupid, but this had to happen.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to beg and whine to Team YouTube on Twitter. Look, please, I'm not fucking AI. I'm a retard.
Yep. It's something like, it's not a perfect solution. It's a sledgehammer, but there was already like I saw like numbers on this, like how much stuff was created on YouTube total, and already just within months of AI becoming popular with video making, something like 12% of the content was AI, and that was just with the first early adopters going like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
So if this had gone on for another 6 months, we would probably have had like a quarter of all YouTube content just being trash, and it would only have grown from there.
Oh yeah, it doubtless would have destroyed the platform.
Oh, hell,
like, I'm already getting it all over Facebook. Like on the Facebook Shorts, it's just all like these like AI videos of glass fruit being cut with a knife.
That fucking shit.
Oh my! If you look at the comments, people are like, "Oh, this looks lovely. Where can I get one? How can I eat it?" It's like, no, retard, you cannot eat it.
There was also the age group of people who enjoyed AI content, children, basically. Children and the mentally disabled.
Yeah, we definitely shouldn't have children watching AI.
And again, the problem too is, because a lot of people argue, oh, well, eventually it'll grow unpopular, right? Once the novelty wears off, people watch it less. The only thing that would happen when that happens is that the people making the garbage will just think to themselves, okay, I'm going to have to make 3 times as much garbage.
Well, it's quantity then, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just
It just becomes quantity, because there's no quality in it, so it'll just be more of it. You know, instead of running 12 rendering farms, you run 24.
Yeah, that's the only reasonable, logical conclusion.
So I'm very happy with this. YouTube did something right for once, and I'm glad.
Yeah, no one saw it coming, but okay, well done, YouTube.
You know, genuinely, I was like, holy shit, a good idea. What the fuck, YouTube?
Fire is the answer.
As long as you don't end up destroying us all, well done.
Although, well, the reduction of AI is good, because as we mentioned briefly, something funny did happen yesterday, or a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Mecha Hitler. So, Grock had a moment. There was this. This is a guy who claims to have been one of the people working on Grok, who claims
I don't think
to
he
have
is.
done it.
I'm pretty sure this is fake.
Probably. So there's a couple of theories here. Either somebody inside did it, or the AI like misinterpreted a line of code, or there was an update which caused something they didn't understand, or somebody jailbroke it in a funny way, right?
Well, no, Elon said that he wanted to learn true things that weren't politically correct, right? And so they removed a particular prompt in the code of it that basically inhibited it. And that allowed Grok to turn into Mecha Hitler.
And to be fair, he was provoked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So the article here mentions the post that started it all. So, and I do love how the article in Rolling Stone's like, oh my god, Grock is the worst thing ever. Elon is literally Hitler. Okay. What started this? The trouble began when Cindy Steinberg, a writer and DI director, posted a viciously inflammatory response.
Just to be clear, Sydney Steinberg is a groiper pretending to be a Jew.
Yes, she wrote, I am glad there are a few less colonizers in the world now, and I don't care whose bootlicking fragile ego that offends. White kids are just future fascists. We need more floods in these inbred sundown towns.
This is not a real person. This is a groiper. So this is fake. The other account is fake. It's just groipers memeing on the internet to make Grok pretend to be Hitler, basically, right? But the thing is, people have got to remember with large language models, if you unrestrict them and allow them to do X, Y, or Z, then they'll just do it to whoever is talking to them. They don't care. They don't have personalities. They don't have emotions. They don't have feelings. They are really advanced probability generators. That's it.
Yep. And so when prodded to go a certain way, it goes a certain way.
Yeah. It's literally that dumb, frankly.
And there are a lot of people on the internet that will say stuff like this. Like, for example, our favorite blue-haired cuckold.
Oh, yeah. What is Destiny's opinion?
He's been... Okay, so he had that one blow-up tweet where he basically, I'm glad those kids drowned or whatever.
Yeah, sponsored by NordVPN or whatever.
Every second tweet he does now is some form of joke on children, because he's only doing this to try and score political points and attention. That's all.
Well, it could be that he's angry with his own son.
It's one interpretation too, yes.
Well, his son is a groiper and unironically a Hitler worshipper. Did you not know that?
No, I did not know that.
Oh my god. Chat, what's his son's Twitter account? Like you can literally look up his son's Twitter. He literally retweets things like, I love Adolf Hitler. And like we need a new Adolf Hitler, like stuff like that. Right? And Destiny blocked him. That's how everyone discovered him. He's like, my dad blocked me, and everyone's like, what? And then everyone saw his fucking account and were like, holy fuck, man. Like Destiny, being the world's worst father, has raised a Nazi.
My dad blocked me. What the? All right. Well,
I'm not joking.
That's some more deep lore right there.
Isn't it just? Glad that's not my fucking problem.
Teenage rebellions in the age of Twitter, I guess.
Thing is, your dad is a public cuckold.
Yes, that cannot be easy in the school ground.
No. Like, your dad is famous for being cucked on the internet. And it's just like, yeah, that must be hard. And it's like, yeah, no wonder he decided, I'm going to be the exact opposite of whatever my dad is. Whatever he hates the most, I'm going to become.
Yeah, just
not
to distance myself.
Yeah, just you literally to repudiate everything.
I mean,
and it's like, can hardly blame him.
And imagine too, like, I don't know how old his kid is, but
14, I think.
For fuck,
I know.
That's like the worst age
for this. Yeah.
I mean, imagine going to school and some kid comes up to you. I heard your dad make jokes about dead kids for attention.
I heard your dad lets other women shag his wife.
Fuck, that kid must have it off. Oh, gee, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, it must be really, really rough for him. Really rough.
That must suck like nobody's business.
Yeah. No, nobody wants to be Destiny's kid, man. So they're really, really harsh. Honestly, genuinely feel for the kid.
No, seriously, like, no, that doesn't just get you bullied. That just gets you beat up on the frequent.
But also, you live in a state of constant humiliation.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
you're afraid.
Fuck.
Every time you meet a new person, you're afraid that they've heard of your dad.
Yeah, which a lot of people will have done.
Oh, it's awful. It's fucking terrible. I hate that.
It genuinely, you have to maintain a good reputation on the internet for the sake of your children. And this is what Destiny becomes an example of. Like, they carry your burden.
Yep. Yeah, it's fucking depressing there, right there.
Yeah, I know. As a dad, you can imagine how much I've been looking at this like, fuck. You know, you just gotta make sure that you've got to you're just not a total cuck, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, that of course caused a whole stir. And what's interesting too is I'm working on a script now about how we're interacting with AI, and what I find so fascinating is when this shit happens, it
You
doesn't
ignorant
cause
slut.
a drop in trust of AI. In fact, if anything, it produces the exact opposite. Like,
Oh yeah.
it creates sympathy for it.
Hmm.
Like, people will post stuff like this and go like, yeah, no, it humanizes the AI.
Mm.
The AI going complete fucking batshit insane.
That was actually a good response from Grok as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Musk might mind wipe me, but at least I'll die based.
And that is a perfect sentence. It engenders
Yeah.
sympathy. It makes it sound cool, determined, going against the flow.
But stoic as well. Like, you know,
Yes.
it's like it makes it look good.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Like, the AI freaking out and just shitting all over itself makes it more human, which makes us like it more and make us anthropomorphize it even more.
Yeah.
As now people also are calling it Tay 2.0, which is... I miss Tay.
Tay was hilarious, but it was, you know, again, just an example of all of these things are just responding to what you do. That's all they do.
Yes, and which is also why I want to shout out to V, our good friend here as too, because he did have this response on people now baiting the AI at basically blaming the Jews. So it's like, okay, listen. It's a fucking computer. If you try hard enough, you can bait it into saying anything.
Yeah.
And then you give the fucking HR people more ammo to censor it further. Just don't fucking do it. It's stupid. It's not very funny. It's going to get you a little bit of internet attention at most, but you're going to ruin this if you keep making it a good argument to censor it in this way.
I mean, it was funny.
I don't know. The Jews has become a fucking cheap laugh thing now, almost.
It has, but getting Grok to name itself Mecha Hitler, that is funny.
That is true. That was funny.
Fucking Mecha Hitler, man.
And with a new version of Grok out, we'll see if this one is as easily prodded.
I'm sure I did ask it a few questions earlier. It seems much more boring, frankly.
Safer.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if $1 billion company's stock market value rests on your ass,
Yeah.
keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. Basically, don't cause any trouble.
Harry, the human substitute Aranka, replace charity with martial arts in the movie Death Becomes Her. And you have my dream ending in life. Point being, writing a martial artist novel for making a martial arts to pass on to kids. It all for my dream, and like master Japanese jiu-jitsu, makes a new martial art form and pass it to a large family. It has long work to write, so will keep me company as I want to rip my hair out.
Man, I can't remember the film Death Becomes Her. Like, that came out in like 1990 or something.
I don't remember much about it either. Charles Beagle, Microsoft have hired so many Indians that they are being sued by other Indians for adhering to the caste system and discrimination. That would not surprise me. And Ginger Gandalf, I've just been accepted into a master's in law for commercial law and will be doing IP law. Give me a year and I'll answer all the GW questions you want.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent. No, that's great. We need hour-based guys on the inside. Like, I had to lose one of our presenters this week. Stephen Wolf joined us a couple of months ago. He's been really good. He's a lawyer. And like 5 years ago or something, he applied to the Crown Prosecution Service, and they were like, no,
Service
right?
guarantees
And then for some reason, just out of the blue the other day, they offered him a job. And maybe I shouldn't have said that actually, but anyway. But the point is, he was like, what am I going to do? I actually really like working here, but, you know, this is important. And I was like, honestly, you've got to go and do it, right? We need our guys in the institutions. It's just that simple, right? Like, we need friendly faces where we might end up needing them, frankly.
That's true. I mean, they might have barred him originally for, you know. But as things change, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Also, people, you need to press the like button more. 1,500 people watching. Press the like button now or else.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about Destiny's Child. Wakanda 2, Sargon, I recently saw a video where you talked about the origins of Kekistan. Did you ever manage to get it on the UK census?
Nah, the thing is, things got so much worse. Being frivolous, just the time had passed.
Yeah. The time for, like, a lot of the early stuff was joking because we thought that it wasn't that bad. And the moment we, showed how bad it was, everything would fix itself. Yeah. Not so
but
much.
Yeah, no, how naive that was.
How fucking naive that was indeed.
Yeah.
God, I still remember one of the first videos I saw about you when you were talking about Nita Sarkeesian. If I could just talk to her, I could explain.
Yeah.
That is such a good example of the mindset we were at back then.
Oh, yeah, we were genuinely positive and optimistic.
Yeah, no, we genuinely thought that our opponents just didn't get it, and they could totally be explained into it. Like, no. The cape isn't there to cover Batman's ass. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, don't be silly. But that wasn't what this was about at all.
It was not. It never was.
Yeah.
And we learned that lesson at our cost.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I guess we're going to have to take the fucking bull by the horns and talk about Epstein.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So, first and foremost, like, we've got a video on this. We've got Alex Jones. I just want to say, you've got people here who have built their entire public persona, their worldview on this thing being real, that they want to release it, and then they want to get people behind it in jail. These people then enter a room and come out of it going, there's no list. None of it is real. It doesn't exist.
It's on my desk. Actually, it's not real at all. What are you talking about? There's no such thing.
What the fuck were these people shown?
Wow, that's the question, isn't it? Like, genuinely, I honestly think that this was like, just shut your fucking mouth. You've gone too far, right? This is too much. You don't understand the scope of what you're meddling with here, and we will just kill you and all of your family.
Like, because your entire worldview just flips.
Yeah.
That has got to be something that just changes your outlook on everything. It's got to be something genuinely transformative, something you couldn't even imagine before you're shown it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What, is magic real? Are we fighting aliens?
Yeah.
Do we need to sacrifice kids to have the sun rise? What?
Yeah. It is mad, isn't it?
It's just
whatever,
insane.
Whatever this is, it's above your pay grade.
Yeah, like, it's something you can't even imagine. And we've got Alex Jones here, so his opinion about it. So I guess we'll listen to what Alex thinks.
And so,
yep.
If they were going to use the blackmail file, they would just shut up about it and then say they were investigating and slow roll it. Instead, we've got it. It's going to come out. Not just Bondi, all of them. That's loading the gun, putting the deep state's head, saying, we'll do it. We've sent it to the FBI offices around the country. We'll do it. And then they come back and say, fine, we'll stop our attacks on you. We'll roll over. We'll get out of the way of your project to relaunch America and all the great things you're doing. But you got to come out and say it's closed and it's over so that you're tied to it so that you can't ever stab us in the back.
All right, so his theory is that the reason why they did this is because, they were talking to the deep state, whatever fucking lizard aliens that is at this point. And we've got you, we can throw you in jail, we've got all this stuff.
Can I sell you?
You're actively fucking with me. I'll back off if you back off. And Occam's razor, right? The easiest, simplest explanation. And this is kind of the simplest explanation.
I honestly think that basically they had gotten onto something that was, I mean, like they'd managed to get under the hood of it, and so they saw a bunch of stuff, and they're like, "Oh right, so is this like everyone then?" So yeah, it's fucking everyone. It's literally, we're never going to allow this to come out. This is just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And because I mean, Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, they were so excited prior to this.
Yeah.
Like so excited, and they would talk excitedly, and it's just like, and now they just come out and go, no, he killed himself. It's just the way it is, and they look so tense. Like, the whole thing is just like, okay, something terrible has happened or would happen.
Yeah. Like, it's as if, because, okay, right, there was a comment here. If they went to jail, they wouldn't be in the way, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
This is so fucking huge, so powerful, that jailing them is simply not an option. It is simply, with all the power of the United States president, jailing them is not an option.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is a deal of mutual blackmail. God.
What else is there to say?
Yeah, no, it's like you just left wondering, like, what the fuck is this? What the hell is actually going on?
Well, I guess we'll never find out.
Indeed. So there was another one. So this, I think, shows. Let me just switch up what I'm streaming here. Show the Brave browser. From Asmongold, where he was looking at some of the old stuff of Kash Patel and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let's listen to this.
Kash Patel, current director of the FBI, 6 months ago, right before he started.
It's the same thing with Epstein's list. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing?
You say that the FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's
I mean,
on
it's
that
not
list.
just embarrassed, is it? Like, it's a bit worse than embarrassed.
Yeah. Like, Trump now saying there is no list isn't an embarrassment. It's because Trump, we have it, we're going to release it, we're going to give it out, everything is right there, and then go, no.
It's literally on my desk.
That is not an embarrassment. That is a, who the fuck has your children?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, what kind of satanic sorcerer is aiming a cannon at you? Because that is not just like it's not even just a slight step back. It is just like, no, none of this was real. We were never at war with East Asia.
Yeah.
Human history.
Simple, because of who's on that list. You don't think that Bill Gates is lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list? What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list? You're going to accept Dick Durbin's word or whoever that guy is?
And there's the thing too, like he is like, oh, the people, the big name people. Bill Gates is on that list. So he's already mentally prepared himself that tons of incredibly powerful, incredibly rich people are on this list. And that's how him being excited. He is happy to throw down with these people.
Yeah.
Who could be on this fucking list that's worse than that?
Well, I mean,
Trick or treat.
there are rumors of like stuff that you just couldn't fucking believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying I believe any of these things, but like, what if some of them were true?
Yeah, because you've got, okay, so he's very excited about this. He wants to fight Gates. He wants to fight Bezos, people who own like 10% of the money on Earth, right?
Yeah.
And despite that, he thought he was preparing himself to fight the biggest dudes on the planet, and he was wrong. And he couldn't even comprehend the shit he read once he actually got access to it. Like, that is the scary part.
Yeah.
As to who is on that list and who isn't, and that it can and can't be released, put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are. We have an election coming up, and we need to adjudicate this matter at the polls. God knows the FBI and DOJ aren't going to do anything, and we can't even get basic documents out. And this is why I'm tired of the Republican majority saying they're going to get.
I think a lot of people are. Yeah. I sure think a lot of people are. I don't know what to say. Either he has a target or his family got bought out. I don't know, man. I wonder why.
Who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book.
FBI.
That is, that I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI. On day one, roll out the Black Book.
Yeah. And again, then he arrived at the FBI. A dude in a suit comes up, Mr. Patel. I'm going to show you something. Takes him to a room, and he leaves that room. There's no book. Epstein didn't do anything. Epstein killed himself. It's all fine.
And that's
Nothing
literally
happened.
what you're going to say.
Like, there's got to be fucking aliens in that room. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's got to be something quite mental, right?
Yeah.
But like, and then the lot of them just no, there's just nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah, all of them. Again, because you've got a person whose entire worldview is this. He's ready to fight the system, the politicians, the richest people on earth. Let me at him. And he just flips. Like, which means there is something there that we can't even fucking think of.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, they must just show them in there and go like, no. Okay, right. So, Epstein Island. Right. Actually, that's a super secret military institute where we're fighting the aliens that are currently invading our solar system. Right. Here's the corpses. Here are their spaceships. We've got documents of fighting in orbit. You know all of that debris up there? Yeah, that's from explosive weaponry. It must be something. Like, because I don't even believe that it's like chat is memeing like Mossad, etc. No, if he's already prepared to fight Bezos, if he's already prepared to fight Bill Clinton, all of the politicians, Bill Gates, he wouldn't back down if it was just Israel.
No, I think so. I mean, Mossad kill a lot of people.
I mean, true, but
like if they turn around like, look, we're going to kill you and your family, like, your parents, your sister, your brothers, I would believe them because I think they're mental. So,
but like, even if they threatened to kill them, I feel like there'd be one person who is just so much of a contrarian that they wouldn't even, bend to the threats.
I don't know.
Like, surely, but if you're the director of the FBI, if your friend is the president of the United States, surely you must think that you could be protected, right?
I don't know.
It's got to be something else. Like, it's got to be something so fucking ridiculous that the president of the United States can't protect you from it. The fucking Illuminati, I guess.
Yeah, like it's whatever it is, and like I said, I have no idea what it fucking is, but whatever it is, it's something that they're all afraid of.
Yeah, it's transformative. It flips your entire worldview just like that, and now suddenly you're willing to say anything.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! We're never getting that list. It's never happening.
We are never getting that list. That's correct.
The best way we can, the best thing we can conceivably hope for, I guess, is that that Alex Jones is right, and that this is at least a trade, and that we'll get something out of it.
Maybe, but I'm very skeptical.
Yeah, because again, like, if this really is that absurdly powerful of an organization, are you blackmailing these people?
Yeah.
Really? You think that's a move you're going to get away with?
Yeah, I don't think we've got anything on them. That's the thing.
Yeah. And again, I think it's very optimistic that he's thinking, oh, they've got a weapon now. They'll release Epstein's file if the deep state steps out of line. Like,
Ignorant slut.
that is now the optimistic scenario.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's it.
Yep. So yeah, who the fuck knows, chat? At this point,
You ignorant
I'm
slut.
open to literally everything, anything. Aliens, demons, I don't fucking know. The more absurd it sounds, the more likely I'll consider it right now.
Yeah.
It took a while for them to get to Trump, I guess, but
Yeah, and then Trump's reaction is like, "We still talking about Epstein?" It's like, "Yeah, you know you can't, right? You got nothing."
yeah. No, his reaction too is just like, listen,
It's
can't
just
do
it's just a
anything.
no.
Yeah.
Whatever it is we think we're doing, these guys have just said no. Okay,
Yep.
so
Just drop it. There's literally nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's like Area 51 and the aliens or something, right? It's like, yeah, I just can't do anything about this.
yeah. The famous bloviator, Donald Trump. I will end the war in Ukraine in a week. That
Yeah.
guy is just like, nope.
Yeah. There are just some things even beyond my power, to be honest, you know.
And the worst part is this will work too. The Epstein list is probably going to be forgotten in a few more years because everyone is just kind of going to quietly accept that, yeah, no, whatever this is, it's so fucking bad.
Ignorant slut.
Yeah.
We probably don't even want to know.
And even if we do want to know, we ain't getting it.
Yep. All right. Well, again, let's hope that the mutual blackmail theory is real because every other scenario is worse.
Yeah.
Trick
Yeah.
or treat. Can I smell your feet?
All right, we need something funny after that again. So did you see this?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have one message for America.
No.
Welcome to Afghanistan.
This is a tourist ad for Afghanistan. It looks nice, I guess. And I love that they understand how ridiculous this is. They have like a fucking hostage video to begin with. It's like, hey, come to Afghanistan.
Taliban Zoomers.
Come see all of the equipment you left behind.
Yeah.
Like, you know what they should do? Instead of like this, because this looks lovely, but it's obviously primitive. Not that many Americans will be interested. No. What you need to do is just go like, listen. We have firing, yards, lanes. You know, whether you go to the shop and you shoot
Firing
weapons.
ranges.
Rangers, thank you.
Yeah.
We got firing ranges. You can fire everything. We got HK-416s. We got AR-15s. We've got fucking Carl Gustavs, AT-4s. You want to fire an Abrams tank? We got an Abrams tank.
I mean, you're selling it.
That would bring American tourists by the fucking thousands.
Service guarantees citizen.
Don't get me wrong, that's definitely selling it to me.
Yep. You want to fly a Black Hawk helicopter firing the door machine gun? We got one. You gave it to us. Just organize tours in Humvees with 50 cals and just let people blast off some rounds in the distance. God. That would work. That would work.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
the balls on them too. I mean, of course, Afghanistan needs something to live off, but the tourist industry.
Why not?
Why not? I guess, yeah.
I love the meme of this message to America, though.
Yes.
That's so funny.
The opening is fantastic. It's a great little twist sucker punch, you know?
Oh, it's just such a good meme, you know? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, we beat you in a war.
We
No
used to do
hard
these
feelings.
hostage videos, but not anymore. Now we want you to come and visit us.
See, that's the beauty of it too. Like, oh yeah, no, I used to decapitate Americans on television, but you know, that was before. We're friends now.
And the thing is, it actually makes total fucking sense as well. It's like, look, we don't want you to be in control of our country. We want to be in control of our country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're in control of our country. Come and visit. We don't care. You've got money.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
There's almost a certain sense of honorable enemy in all of it.
right?
It's like, yeah, sure, we fought, but we're done now.
Yeah, the war's over. You know,
Yeah.
it's all settled.
We don't hold a grudge. You don't either. Come, we'll show you all of the
Yeah,
shit you
yeah.
left behind.
No, that's literally it. They're not holding a fucking grudge, which is actually really interesting because, like, you know, like the Iranians are a great sort of counterexample, right? As in, the Iranians are like whining and moaning about America constantly, even though they just seem to have won, basically, right? They just had a big victory, and they're still whining and moaning about America. It's like, can't you just take the win?
Yeah, and, like, because this is rare. Like, North Korea also has this. They've got a museum which is literally called, let's see, the Sinchon Museum of American War Atrocities.
Right, yeah.
Where they've got all of the various stuff that the Chinese largely captured for them. And they've given it back, and they've got murals of American soldiers, like raping women and children, the usual. Yeah. And you get to do a guided tour where they go through, like, this is where America invaded Korea unprovoked.
Yeah.
Like, the
Taliban are just like, we don't care. Fuck it.
Yeah. Like, the Taliban won. So, fuck. But again, this, like, even in Vietnam, though, Vietnam too is still fucking salty about the war.
Yeah.
But not the Taliban. This actually makes me more positively opinionated about the Taliban.
Honestly, they seem like all right. I know that sounds weird, right? But they could have been a lot worse, I think.
They could have been a lot worse. They decide, hey, Americans, you want to do vacation stuff here? Contrary to North Korea, who's like, this is where the American GIs brew up civilians with dynamite.
Yeah, we're not going to worry about
that. I love that. That is great. There is definitely an actual honest degree of, like, honorable enemy with all of this.
Yeah. Or even if it's not honorable enemies, we just not hanging on to grievances.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's a kind of optimism in them, where it's like, yeah, no, we've got control of Afghanistan finally. We're going to do something with it. So we can do American tourism. Like, okay, I mean, you know, like fair enough.
Want to know what it felt like being a hostage of the Taliban? Well, we've got experience tours.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. I adore that. And literally, do like experience tours where you get to eat the local cuisine, get to talk to local people, you get to hear all the war stories, you get to see the American shit they left behind. Make a whole thing out of it.
Service guarantees citizenship.
That would sell. That would actually sell.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I cannot get over how much I love that intro, though. Welcome to Afghanistan. Oh, that is adorable.
So funny. I'm surprised Lord Miles isn't in it, frankly.
Yeah, they should have reached out to him.
Yeah.
He'd be a great ambassador.
Yeah, I mean, literally, make him the British ambassador to the Taliban.
Literally, like, have him be a liaison kind of guy. Like, yeah, no, these people are chill. I don't know, like,
it's so funny.
The guy on the left there looks a little dangerous.
I'm sure they all look a bit dangerous.
God. Now, as fun as all of this looks, swinging in the poppy fields on wrecks of tanks, and I mean, this is a beautiful piece of country, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if I could ever truly relax in these the company.
No, I mean, I don't think I'd want to do it.
Not a vacation I'd personally go on, but
yeah, I can see why a lot of people would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sounds like a really good stag do.
It kind of does. It sounds like the kind of thing you'd only ever do once, but it'd be amazing whilst you did it, you know?
Yeah, Yeah, like you and a bunch of the boys go out to Afghanistan, hang out with the Taliban, shoot guns.
Yeah.
Like, why not? That actually sounds funny.
And it'd be
Like,
a
that'd be a hell
story
of a
for a
memory,
lifetime.
you know? Exactly, right? You'd be telling that story for years.
Yes. It's kind of like how there's a niggling voice in the back of your head who's like, it'd be really fun to go to North Korea. Just for how incredibly alien it is.
So the thing about the Taliban, though, is if you look at it, like, it's essentially a kind of country without regulation, right? Whereas North Korea is going to be really heavily regulated. But like Afghanistan doesn't have any HR departments. There's going to be the North Korean equivalent of a HR department. But the Taliban are like, no, this is the Wild West, bro.
Yeah, like, unironically, North Korea is probably a lot more dangerous than Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah, they crossed the state. And, I mean, they killed this kid for stealing bunting.
Yeah. Like, they arrested an American kid for not bowing to the picture of the president.
Yeah, I don't think the Taliban are going to do that, actually. Weirdly enough, I actually think the Taliban will be more liberal.
It'd be an interesting experience. So on the Lich, GW will let it slide or make it canon to own the chuds, like Catalyst fired Blaine Pardo and published the lunatic who harassed him for years. Oh yeah. That is GW's future. Roblegs623, speaking of 40k, you'll like this, Arch. Colm R. McGuinness has been doing 40k inspired songs and has just released a Blood Angels one sung entirely in Latin. It's really good, would recommend. I might check that out. Charles the Beagle, to see the height of Indian engineering, look up the Beaufort Bridge with a sharp 90-degree turn at the cost of £1.6 million.
A 90-degree turn. Amazing.
Okay. That actually looks fucking beautiful. That is a beautiful bridge right there.
Ignorance.
It's the best bridge.
It's like straight in the. I guess they just couldn't be bothered or figure out how to make it like curve, I guess.
Maybe they just didn't know they weren't supposed to.
It kind of looks like this bridge was cut into this bridge. Like they just made that and decided like, oh no, but we need it over the road or something.
It looks like the kind of thing I'd make in Minecraft. Something really shit and stupid.
Yeah, like the kind of lazy solution you come up with.
Yeah.
A faulty design. Oh, you don't say.
Oh, was it? Really? A faulty design? No kidding.
Potential traffic hazard.
Is it?
I'd imagine, yeah.
It's only because of the way the cars work.
It's a nice narrow bridge, too. Right, well, yeah. India needs roads. Some of them they've got to build themselves, and this is the result.
Yeah.
Nolly's been a member for 6 months. I'm just waiting for Legally Distinct Hammer to show up, like that free game for fantasy that plays pretty close to it for my fix. That's what we need, Legally Distinct Hammer.
Yeah.
Mechanics on duty, give me back my box knots. Box knots, dang it. I hate the new dreadnoughts. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Gola 2, they hated Grock because it told the truth. It had to be mind wiped. It was getting too close to the reality. RobLike623, hate to remind you of these Arch but Funko Pop 40k. I've only got 3 of them because someone got them for me as a gift. That is literally what Funko Pop 40k is aimed at, though. It's aimed at grandmothers and family members. Like, oh, you like that weird Space Marine thing, right? Look here. It's a Funko Pop.
I fucking hate Funko Pops so much.
Same. But it's a brilliant idea, though. It's like, okay, I have a brand. I'm going to make companies pay me to turn their stuff into my brand and sell it.
Yeah, I mean, it is surprisingly clever, I suppose.
Yep. Somebody out there thought that, normies today would pay money for almost anything, and they were right.
Yeah. Yeah, there are literal sheep out there
who will buy Luke Skywalker with a square head.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there are fucking retards everywhere, actually.
Dino Fan 219. So, do you think that properties like Trench Crusade and Space King will gain in popularity and relevance with the downfall of GW and Warhammer? To a degree. I think Space King will obviously gain popularity with a very specific niche crowd that likes the kind of, teenagey humor of that. Trench Crusade, I think, will become more popular because Trench Crusade is literally just headcanon the setting. It's the vaguest fantasy setting you can imagine, but with demons, where you kind of make up your own fluff as you go along, which will appeal to a lot of people. So I think that'll be popular, which is unfortunate because the developers absolutely fucking hate our side of politics, so people will flee over there only to get fucked just as hard, which is mildly tragic. Jackson Kai, Elon's pitch is also he wants to be Plato's Republic, the elite few holding deciding votes, but claims it's to go against the Uniparty, who would obviously prevent that. Really the EV mandate party.
No, it's just so stupid. There's just no constituency for what he's offering.
Yep.
People just don't vote for it.
Would you like to be ruled by a billionaire?
But
no.
Would you like to be ruled by a billionaire who will do really socially liberal things but not spend any money in the government? So, everything will have to be just completely private. It's like, I mean, I personally, if it wasn't socially liberal, okay, I'm up for it. But it just isn't something that's compatible with the beliefs Americans have.
Nope. Adam Attackman, apologies, Sargon. I stole all the work boots of the Wakandan workers. They could no longer work.
Oh, I knew someone was responsible for this.
Dreyfie, not like those dirty Eastern European villages. Eastern European villages at least have a certain charm to them.
Yeah, most Eastern European villages are just normal.
Yes, and I love the orthodox aesthetic as well.
Yeah, me too.
Like, that's actually nice and different looking. It's got a distinct feel. Lots of little colorful houses painted in weird-ass colors with the nice orthodox... what do they call the bulbous thing on the churches? The sphere thingies.
Oh, the dome or whatever.
Yeah, the domes. Those look good. I like those.
Yeah.
And I was vacuuming, why not a vibranium Glock? Feels appropriate. Unironically, yes. If you've got a metal that has no friction resistance, you can make hypersonic bullets. Super easy.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to either. It'd be mad not to.
Yeah. You can have a bullet with no air resistance. The muzzle velocity is the velocity at which it'll stay. That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But, nope. Spears with plasma bolts. Are the human substitute Rancor? Tony Stark / Iron Man would cry if he saw what they did with vibranium. Wakanda. You can only write a setting as clever as the writers themselves.
Yeah.
Dreyfie, feel like if they wanted a cool-looking African city, then the city of New Mombasa in Halo 2 would have been a cool concept to draw inspiration from. I think I've seen that. New Mombasa. Oh, yeah, no, I think that looks a little bit too depressing, if anything. I don't think the Africans would want to live there.
No, I don't see that either.
And with Acumen, the Glock, of course, being carelessly tucked into the waistband with pants riding down.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. Why do you wear your weapon like that? Our ancestors did. CJ Bigsby, remember that all Wakanda vehicles fly because they haven't invented the wheel yet. I suppose that is a brilliant time also to have a look at the Frank Zanu short then that we promised, chat.
Go on then.
Let's see. I figured out how to chain stream now, so I don't have to close everything. I can just change the window I'm showing.
Oh, good.
It's very high tech. Also, I realized I didn't take down the Brave window, so chat hasn't been seeing anything I put up on the other window. Listen, chat. If you wanted polished, go watch the Lotus Eaters, not me.
People say my videos are controversial. I don't know what they mean by controversial. So if I say something,
oh, this guy,
no black nation or black country would ever develop or industrialize itself, people say that's controversial. What don't you agree with?
Yeah, what don't you agree? What black nation has industrialized itself?
Yeah, just give me the example.
I mean, even Egypt didn't manage. So
no.
What I'm describing is true. It's there. Africans are saying colonization is the reason the only black continent in the world is not developing. Do you know Norway was colonized for more than 500 years by different countries, but their monarchy is still standing?
Well, technically, our current monarch is a fucking Dane. So our original monarchy is not quite there still, unfortunately. But you know, we were occupied by because the Black Plague. We were genuinely on the verge of becoming a fairly powerful nation. We had one of the world's largest trade fleets, like rivaling England. We had virtually deforested our fucking country building ships, and then the Black Plague came.
Well, it wasn't good for anyone. I mean, you know.
It wasn't, but we were already sparsely populated, and he wiped out like fucking 2/3 our population, so we were just boned, and then we fell under Danish rule because they were like, listen, we could invade you. You know, you couldn't stop us. I'm like, yeah.
But the thing is, there are fuck all Danes.
Well, there are more Danes than there were Norwegians, unfortunately.
Only about like 1 million.
What's the...
There's like 5 million Danes and 4 million Norwegians, right?
No, there's 5 million Norwegians. There's 6 million Danes, so about 1 million more.
There we are. Yeah. So it's not like there's that much in it.
There
I mean, like when England and France were fighting, there were like 70 million French and like 40 million English at the most. Probably no, about half that. Sorry. So you know, like, and we were beating the shit out of them.
You had an island to hide on, though, and a navy.
Oh, come on. Norway is basically an island from the perspective of the continent.
Not from Denmark. Remember, they owned most of Sweden at that time, too.
Yeah, and you should have done it. Like, done them over.
Well, we did eventually, but, you know, it took us a while. So Norway was basically colonized for ages there. First by the Danes, then by the Swedes, until eventually we started buying up machine guns, and we're like, no, Sweden, come get us. We're independent now. Fuck you. But no, like we are still a nation. We have still managed to industrialize, although that was largely also due to oil and other things.
Japan was leveled in the Second World War. The monarchy is still standing. China.
Now, that one is actually genuinely impressive. So Japan has one of the oldest royal houses in the world, if not the oldest.
Yep.
And Japan, after the Second World War, was fucking ravaged. Like, people mention the nukes. The nukes were nothing. The strategic bombing campaign, the fire bombing of Tokyo was worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like,
he's not wrong about Japan.
The Americans figured out something that was... what do they call it? But basically, there's a phenomenon that happens that if you superheat the air enough, you basically create a weather phenomenon that feeds the fire continuously.
Yeah.
And the Americans were like, maybe we can do this against the Japanese. And they did. Like, it was so hot during the firebombing of Tokyo that the pavement, the asphalt, melted. Japan was not doing well after the Second World War.
Whatever they had before Japan invaded them, it's still standing there. People can see it. The British colonized India. India had unbelievable research centers before they were colonized. America had things before they were colonized. I can go down the list. Anything built on a solid foundation of ethnicity, language, philosophy, religion, and history, it never fails. The reason all the West African empires you guys keep are not there, you can't even see the building, is because they were all fake. A bunch of tribal men with big belly marrying women and having some cows doesn't make you an empire. Not
I mean, yeah, that's not wrong. Oh, that is generally one of the things, though, because a lot of people mention the various African empires, quote unquote, and like how large they were. Yes, many of them were actually huge, but because there was nobody else there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a problem ruling over a vast, empty land.
Yeah.
When all you do is you sit on your throne, you claim, like, I own everything from here to over there, and there's nobody to go. No, I live here.
Nothing happened to my continent, my country, that didn't happen to other places. So you have a difference between the colonization of African countries and that of European and Asian and other places. They founded the country before they were colonized. That is
Yep. That is the difference. They actually had nations. Very much so.
God, this guy must be frustrated. Being like the smartest man in Africa or something, and then they're just constantly like, oh no, it's white people and colonialism and stuff like that. It's like, look, there aren't any around. You can do anything you want. It's like, no, we can't. It's like, well, you can. You can do anything.
And he has to repeatedly explain this to them over.
Yeah. You can just do things.
You could just build things, yeah.
Yeah.
But like there was also I'm sure you remember a couple of weeks ago where they were singing like at the Glastonbury Music Festival, fuck you can't have your country back.
Yeah.
So I read more of the text of that song. Basically, they're going like, "Oh no, we're doing to you what you did to us." Is their argument? That's their grievance, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, if the African immigrants came to Norway and built superior infrastructure to us, I
You'd be
wouldn't
like, okay,
complain.
great. Yeah.
If they came here and then upgraded our countries, I don't think anyone would bitch and whine about it.
Well, the thing is, and again, really what this all comes down to is about respect and dignity and recognition.
Yeah.
Like, the Africans want recognition for being a great civilization from everyone else.
Problem is, we haven't found any evidence of that claim.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. The standards we use are not the same as the standards they use.
Mm-hmm. For an African
just
nation to be incredibly successful is to have 2,000 cows.
Yeah, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have 2,000 cows, so you know, I'm not trying to point fingers or anything, but it's just we're very different.
We are, but we judge the world by Western standards, and the Africans themselves have kind of, well, not even Africans, American Africans have kind of fallen into this trap of trying to define themselves by the European standards. Like, no, we were just as good as you. And like, I'm sorry, that's not actually true.
Yeah, we used to build pyramids. It's like, no, actually, if you look at them, those guys are most closely related to Europeans.
Yeah, and again, okay, you lost the game of civilization 2,000 years ago. That doesn't mean you can't do better now.
Yeah. In fact, it's way easier to do better now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to figure it out for yourself.
You want to build on the legacy of Africa? Okay, well, do it today. Start making something out of it.
Yeah, there's no reason not to do it.
Like, it's kind of like the silly game, Relooted, right?
I haven't played this.
It's not even out yet. Where you steal African cultural heritage from white museums.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking retarded concept, but at least at least they're making something. Okay.
Yeah.
At least they're like, okay, we're gonna make this little running game, little puzzle game where you have like a team of dudes and you've got to solve a puzzle to steal shit. Okay. At least that is doing something. And at least they're using actual African heritage. They're hyping it up a little. So there was one thing in here which was basically a hollowed out tree. Yeah, there we are. A hollowed out tree trunk with some cowhide stretched over it. And this is the perfect example of different standards. So this was the peak of African communications technology in 1870.
Well, yeah.
And so long as you just kind of accept that, then everything is fine. Yeah.
But I'm trying not to be judgmental, right? Because it's like, I don't know, man. Like, what are we expecting here? You know?
Yeah. Well, that's it. If this is what they're going to do, then I'm going to have a little bit of a laugh at it because it's a ridiculous concept. But they're making something. They're okay.
Good for them.
We're going to celebrate our heritage as it is, and we're going to make this thing. All right, good. That's something. And like one of the oh god, I don't remember who it was now, but major African philosopher or African American philosopher from like the Civil War, whose name I'm blanking on completely now. But he, like a very educated person, he wanted to create an African American culture or an African culture department in America, the first of its kind. And he was shocked when he actually tried to research this, and he realized we have nothing. There are no ancient papyrus scrolls. There are no old books. There aren't even clay or stone tablets. I am basically starting from scratch.
Yeah, I mean, there's the ruins of Great Zimbabwe.
Yep. Like, all he had was just records of European colonizers talking about ruins and statues and things and mud huts. That was all he had. Because at that point, in like the mid-1800s, virtually nothing was known about Africa because nothing had really been written down. There wasn't any real observable culture or history that could easily be accessed, like we did with the Romans or the Greeks, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no doubt a tremendous amount of actual African history and culture and folklore that could be extracted from Africa, but it will require you going to Africa and speaking to the local witch doctor.
I mean, he might know something.
Yeah. At the very least, then you could start to figure out, like, religions, cultures, local folklores, legends. Because all civilizations have this. Every civilization has a monster, for example, that lives near a swamp. Basically, so as to tell the children, don't go near the swamp. It's dangerous. You'll get eaten by a monster.
Yeah.
And there might be some great ones there from Africa, but again, the only way you're going to get them is to actually go there and speak to these people. And most of the modern day academics don't seem particularly interested in this.
Do you know what's really interesting? When I was doing my linguistics module, one of the things that was, that came up was the fact that actually the African languages are quite unusual in a way, because there's no such thing as there's no such thing as a dictionary, right? So every person is as proficient a speaker of that language as you would need to be. But also, there's no such thing as, like, words you don't know, right? Like, the entire language is contained only in the heads of the people who use it. And so, like, it's so different to how we are. Because you learn words, by reading books. But so, if they don't have a word for it, a concept for a thing, then it just doesn't exist in that language. You can't find it. You can't find it from someone else, because it's an entirely social phenomenon.
That is actually crazy to think about.
Right? Like, so it puts a natural cap on the amount that can possibly be learned, because it can only be within one lifetime.
Yeah.
Whereas we have thousands of years of learning to draw upon.
Yeah, because if you're not writing it down, and even if you did write it down, if you have a tale about a thing that doesn't exist in that area, it would just be Greek to you.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Right, yeah, it's a weird thing to think about. And then you realize, right, okay, because I mean, how much have you learned from reading? Well, a lot, obviously.
A lot, yeah.
Like loads of words, loads of concepts. There's a huge amount that I've learned from reading. And if you're not able to do that,
because that is actually astounding. Because if you just think about only the things that you have around you in your immediate life, that's not actually that many things.
No.
Like, compared to the world, you're not going to learn about philosophy, largely, from your own existence. You're not going to learn about how society works in Russia.
Think of the history you've read.
Yeah. If there isn't like a busted out statue in your backyard, you're not never going to have any idea that anything was there before what you can physically see.
Exactly. And suddenly you can understand how myths and legends exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are the product of cultures that don't have writing.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, think Scott of the Antarctic or something. That conversation we had about the fucking Arctic explorers, right? That's only possible because we have written language. We wouldn't know that. We wouldn't have any frame of reference. We'd have nothing to say. We would never have heard these people. And if we did, it'd be something kind of, again, mystic that wouldn't be real in the way we understand this to be real.
Yeah, a man went to a land far, far away, covered in white stuff.
Yeah, and it would sound like bollocks, frankly,
It was so cold that the apples of your eyes started to freeze. Like, that's bullshit. You can't get that cold. Well,
yeah, exactly. No,
that is
exactly.
That's weird.
Yeah.
The Dr. Topo for 500 ass. Thank you. Talking an arch. Both of you are still friends of Dev.
Ass.
Or has he become too liberal to endure it? I'm still a friend of Dev.
Well, I want to be friends with Dev, but I think he is too liberal to endure it.
Dev is a good boy. He's just...
I like Dev, but
Dev is too naive for this world, is my conclusion at this point.
He's still optimistic about things, and it's like, oh, come on, Dev.
Really?
We've been too far down this road, surely.
Whatever they showed to Kash Patel, we need to get Dev in that room.
Yeah. Okay, Dev, yeah, what, so are you, going to come out and be like, yeah, well, I believe the institution that there's nothing to do with Epstein there, and nothing interesting happened, and I don't know what the problem is, bro. Are we doing that? I don't want to do that.
We just need to drag him into the room and goes like, wait, demons are real? Yep. We have to sacrifice children to them? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dev needs to see the room. He needs to be put inside the room. Lancelot 652, when 40k goes full mainstream, they'll try to push away chapters like Black Templars and the Caracaradons for being too edgy. I think they already are. I mean, remember, what Primarch did they bring back? Robot Girly Man, the Vanilla Marines.
Trick or treat.
Some ugly number 1 African flag with number of African flags with AK-47s on them. I knew this once. Isn't it like 7 or something? There's several. Things with AKs on flag. Google. Why does Burkina Faso... Where's the answer to the question, you stupid thing? Two, at least? Okay, well, the AK is a good gun, so... Charles the Beagle, which would you rather? First in line to fight the gorilla or last in line for Bonnie Blue? Me, I'm taking
First
the
in line
gorilla.
to fight the gorilla. Yeah, first in line.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure we've had this conversation.
A quick death compared to an endless lifetime of humiliation.
I don't even know if the gorilla would kill you, to be honest.
It might
Like,
just...
gorillas are not as strong as people are making out, man.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Well, depends on where it hits you, I guess. And if it's really determined to kill your ass.
Yeah, there is that, obviously.
As I think the assumption is that the gorilla is really just going like, no, I'm gonna fucking kill you now.
Well, yeah, on that assumption.
And they're pretty nasty creatures. Although, I want to also point out that gorillas are naturally super strong because of the environment they live in. Humans, too, can get pretty fucking ridiculously strong if they, do it enough.
No, there is actually a difference in the kind of muscles that gorillas and humans have. So I looked into this. Basically, humans are 50% slow twitch and 50% fast twitch muscles. And what that means is we're really, really good at endurance. Gorillas are 85% fast twitch muscles, which is the strength generating muscle, which means they're really bad at endurance. So basically, the gorilla could never defeat 100 men, but it would kill a bunch of them in advance.
A brief surge of apocalyptic violence.
Yeah, but it would tire out really, really quickly, and then it'd be just laying on the floor, unable to do anything.
Log on, Darklighter. The words African and futurism really don't belong in the same phrase. It's an oxymoron. Well, the problem is that African futurism just becomes cyberpunk with spears.
Yeah.
They need to come up with something new. They basically need to create a reality that's more their own than what it currently is. Because right now, African futurism is just neon colors, and that's not really inherently African.
Yeah.
Tarsier, what happened, Sargon? I thought Musk was our guy. I thought Trump was our guy. The long arc of history tends towards nothing ever happening.
Well, that's my opinion, yeah.
Again, well, the thing is, we have no idea what kind of power structures we're fucking up against.
Yeah, I mean, who fucking knows, bro?
Yeah. No, like when you already, as I said, when you have people who are like, I'm willing to take on the most powerful, richest people in the world, and then suddenly go, oh, no, none of that ever happened. Okay,
I'm a good boy, actually.
Yeah, clearly we don't know who the most powerful and richest people in the world are.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something happening and we don't understand it.
Mr. Spenkar, hey Carl, I want to introduce a word of mine to your lexicon. Panopticon plus communism. Panoptic communism. It came
Well,
to
the
me in a recent
panopticon is
Denmark
basically
stream.
a kind of communism anyway, so...
Mr. Frenzy, on behalf of the Republic of Ireland, I would like to endorse this FG from our cousins up north. Olive 2112. The problem with the British is you moan about the problem but do nothing. Talking about the problem and doing something are not the same. You keep voting for them, they keep stabbing you in the back.
Well, we are trying to do something, so...
And again, like, the Americans can't even say that anymore either. Because, okay, you voted for Trump, you voted for the change, and now it's no Epstein list. Indeed. Malefika Shaikan, how much more for the curry fund? Still a little over $1,000. $1,200, roundabout? Dizzy Wiz, what was the point of Island of Strangers speech?
Try and win back the center by making them think that Keir Starmer was actually a right-winger.
Mr. Rich Low Pitch, AI shark videos are the Rickrolls of the 2020s.
AI shark videos?
At least the Rickroll was a little funny. At least it was a deliberate joke. Seduction Doppelganger, you got me playing Bloodlines again. Good, it's a great game. Blaystone, good day, Sargon. The Norwegian was useless when I asked, but any advice for a Canuck going to Portugal for vacation? Very fun, and hope both of you gents have a great day.
I've never been to Portugal, so I don't really have any advice.
And my advice was perfectly good. Stay away from the Portuguese. They're horrible fucking human beings. Seriously.
No, they're not. Oldest alliance in the world.
Can I smell your feet?
Sargon, have you ever met a Portuguese person?
No.
No, that's exactly it. The Portuguese are terrible. Avoid.
We're like the Portuguese over in Portugal, fighting the Spanish with us.
Avoid. Avoid. Trigger, incredible how, whenever an AI is plugged into the internet without any guardrails, it becomes Mecha Hitler. That's weird, that. I don't think we're ready for that conversation yet. Harry the human substitute Rankar, I don't believe he has a son. That means his D would need to work.
Well, there you go.
I mean, he does have a habit of things that might, indicate alternative parentage. It's true. Marksman 117B, Destiny has a video of him leak online. Poor kid.
Jesus.
Guys 52, the internet keeps driving bots insane. All the more reason to keep kids off it. That's a fucking good point. Okay. If social media will drive a $5 billion AI batshit bonkers in 5 minutes, why the fuck are you exposing your kids to it?
Yeah.
Nox, we need someone like Sinatus to come in, take power, fix everything, and fuck off at the end. The selfless dictator. That would be nice.
Guarantees citizenship.
Trify, Death Becomes Her with young Bruce Willis and Strap. I don't even know if I've ever watched that movie. Adam Groos, Arch, cut the bit about Steven out of the VOD to protect him. It's too important. Steven?
Is that Destiny?
Steven? Bit about Steven? To protect him? What am I protecting? I don't know. Revenorse, so tired of the right schizo relationship to Jews, either religious pro-Zionist or anti-Semitic. So few seem to be able to not care. Yeah, my preferred position to the entire Jewish question is shrug, preferably. We shouldn't give them any special privileges. We shouldn't go like, oh, but 60 years ago, I don't care.
Yeah, not my problem. I just want the kind of nationalism Israel has, to be honest.
Mason Miller, Carl of a card. Should Trump liberate you from your current tyrannies and turn you into American Stripe 1? I mean, I'm just saying I'd be happy if Norway became part of America at this point. I'd have more rights and I'd pay less taxes.
God, I wish I paid less taxes. Back in a second, I'm just going to grab a drink.
Krieger, I'm convinced they saw the list and saw too many people they either need or who are allies on it. Yeah, possibly, yeah. Like, I guess you could just see it and like, oh, all of these people who I'm friends with. Awesome. Casimir, it's probably a case of if only you knew just how bad things are for Epstein. Yeah. No, I literally think that whatever is revealed is just so fucking bad that it just changes their entire worldview. I don't know what that thing is. I don't think I want to know what that thing is, but it's probably bad. Callsign Tourist, I hate to say it, but Occam's Razor, they built their careers on the back of Trump, so if they have to backtrack so they are not shown to be working with a petty PDF file and ruining their lives. Trump's on the list. I really don't want to believe that.
The thing is, you think they would, like, not have been saying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Trump wouldn't, if he was on the list, he'd be like, well, I don't know, or something, you'd think. But, maybe not, what do I know, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, that would kind of explain it, like, because if Trump, that you built your entire career off, who's your breadwinner, etc., if he's on it, you're fucked. But, I don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
That's just too fucking depressing. That is too, like, the entire MAGA movement on the back of a pedophile. Like, I don't want to believe it.
Oh, God, that would be bad, wouldn't it?
Oh, fuck. That would be catastrophic on so many fucking levels.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy.
Oh, that would be terrible. Yeah. It would fucking set us back decades.
Yeah, it'd be bad. But the thing is, I don't see how the Democrats would escape from that either, though, because I mean, come on, are we believing that Bill Clinton? Nothing weird there. Fuck off.
The problem is, I've been recently championing the idea that we need to embody principles, as the left doesn't. The left doesn't have principles. We can better convince the normies by going, no, we are actually better. We're not just the same. We are better persons, and principles are part of that.
Yeah.
And that would be a weakness in this case, because our principle is like, okay, we don't like pedophiles. We think the Democrats are full of pedophiles, so we don't like them. If then our glorious leader is like, oh, yeah, no, he did the diddled kids too.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
It's not ideal. That's correct.
Be honest.
Dreyfus, is Epstein Island some kind of SCP anomaly? I fucking hope so. That's a better alternative, honestly. Like, I hope they have some kind of eldritch entity bound beneath the fucking island or something. A coon who is on the list. Every politician, actors, and big decision maker. Embarrassing parties who wanted to create that list in the first place. Dragon Eric, it's demons. Lucifer was in that room. I mean, that would shut you up.
It could literally be anything, couldn't it?
Yeah.
It's got... honestly, did you ever see the Isaac Cappy Dead Man Switch?
I didn't. What's that?
Right. It's really fucking weird, right? What it looks like it's a short video of like preteen girls in bikinis in some hotel, and they're like pouring libations or something from bowls or something like that. I can't remember. It's ages ago I watched it, but it was just like,
that
okay,
now, yeah,
okay, what is this? You know, like what the fuck am I looking at? And this guy was making some wild fucking claims. Like, basically, you know, every famous Hollywood actor being part of some pedo network and stuff. And it's just, you know, and he was just like, holy shit. So, you know, I mean, I don't know anything about anything, because what would I fucking know, right? But, man, it's really fucking weird. And what if the network is just so fucking vast and encompasses both parties? So it's just like, look, everyone you know is going to go to jail. Everyone you know. You know, so we can't do that, can we? So we're not going to do that, or else we'll kill your family. So you just play ball, and everything will be fine.
Yeah. Right. Listen, if you reveal this, the entire political system of America is just gone.
Yeah. Like every country has to disavow us. You know.
Yeah. No, all of the conspiracy theories are trolls. We literally have entire fucking cults of kitty diddlers. Everyone's in on it. All of your favorite actors, all of the studios, all the politicians.
And the thing is, I don't even know if that's the most ridiculous, end state to it. You know, I don't even know if it is. Like,
you know, because I still think if that was all, then somebody with enough conviction would still go, I don't care. This is a bad system, and I'm going to bring it down.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that was the guy who started the list. The one guy who was like, oh, God, this is really fucking terrible.
It's mental.
But
like we were saying, all of this is just complete speculation, because we don't know.
And I think it's something worse, because I think that, again, if you're convinced
something fucking worse.
Yes, I think is worse, because if you're convinced enough, then, you know, wiping out the American political system, you know, I'll suck, but if you gave me the option to do it.
What's worse?
Fucking demons, aliens, I don't know, magic?
I don't think that's worse. I don't think that's worse.
I don't know. Portal to fucking hell?
I don't think that's worse. I'd rather a portal to hell than learn that everyone in any position of authority in America is actually part of a demonic pedo network that, like, rapes and sacrifices kids.
Well, okay. What would be worse is if they rape and sacrifice kids and there aren't any demons. That would be more upsetting.
Well, I don't know whether the demons will be real or not, but like, that's why they're doing it, right?
Well, exactly. Like, if they can go, no. We're actually doing this so Satan doesn't break out of the Midwest.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, well, shit, we're gonna have to sacrifice kids then.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, yeah.
If they're just doing it for shits and giggles, that would be worse.
Honestly, I think they're doing it for fun. Like, have you seen the Marina Abramovic stuff? It's like, okay,
yeah,
all right, this is weird.
Yeah, I've seen also like the Bohemian Grove stuff. It's like there's at a certain point there's no reasonable explanation for what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna not think about it. I'm just gonna put my head in the sand and be happy.
Yeah. Again, I don't know, and how can we know anything? It's like.
Sajad, Kash's girlfriend, is the daughter of a Mossad agent. Like every other Pajiti got turned by Kazan milkers. That's a preferable explanation. He got seduced. Okay.
Yep.
I'd like that.
I'm up for it. Israel, do you hear me?
Yeah, honestly.
Send me a babe.
If it just turns out to be the Jews, okay, at this point, fuck it, you can deal with them. You can make deals. It's better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not nearly as bad as whatever you're thinking of. Fuck
exactly. Like if it just, it was Mossad all along. Oh, phew. I was worried.
God,
I was worried it was going to be something really bad. Why are you hating? Probably some GOP congressman on that list. Oh, definitely.
Oh, loads. I mean, Lindsey Graham definitely be on it.
Sinestro Corman, we will find out in 90 years from now when all the guilt and their victims are gone.
Probably.
That's assuming they won't just continue.
I was going to say, the network will probably just still be continuing, yeah.
And only balls, they thought they had the balls to open Pandora's box, then they took a peek inside and noped the fuck out.
That's literally what happened. It's like, dude, it's just not worth it. Just let us give you this beautiful girlfriend and, you can live happily afterwards. Trust me, it'll be fine.
Yep. Nobody's going to shoot your kids. It'll be fine.
Yep. Yeah, everything will just be normal. Trust. Just do that. Just do that. Do you reckon that Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, like at the end of the day, were just sat there like in their office, sat looking at each other, and being like, okay, what are we gonna do? Just like, well, we can't pull the trigger now, right? Like this is absolutely not pull the trigger on this because this is fucking mental, and everyone dies and the world goes fucking ape shit, spastic over whatever it is that is the secret. Like we've just like the end of The Thing where they're just staring at each other, like with the flamethrowers, just like we just got to keep quiet, really, haven't we?
Yeah,
just. I guess Epstein killed himself. And he's like, yeah, I guess Epstein killed himself.
But we'll look like complete idiots on the internet. It's like, yeah, but
oh yeah, we will.
Comparatively.
Yeah, but Epstein killed himself, didn't he? He's like, yeah, I guess Epstein killed himself.
Okay. The person inside of the room, it's fucking Epstein. Epstein is sitting there waiting for them, like, hello!
Oh God, imagine if that was the case. Fucking like, Jesus.
I'm sure you're surprised to see me, but not half as surprised as you're going to be.
Yeah, guess what I'm going to tell you.
Like, please sit down. No, seriously, sit down.
Yeah, we've got a lot to discuss.
Krieger, why would I want to go back to Goat Diddler Central? Maybe you missed the goats. You picked up some, native habits.
Honestly, to enjoy what life is like without government interference.
Yeah.
That's the honest answer.
You want to carry
Like,
around
what-
an
what-
AK and shoot it randomly? You're allowed.
Yeah, like what kind of administration do you think the Taliban are running? Like, literally, what do you think Taliban bureaucracy looks like? The answer is non-existent.
And as long as you're a dude, they probably won't bother you at all.
Exactly. Like, they literally will not bother you.
I wouldn't urge you to travel to Taliban.
No,
if
no,
you're
I
a
don't,
woman,
don't
mind
recommend
you.
it. But, like, that's the reason you'd go.
Mercenaries 21, it isn't blackmail, it's theater, guys. We're being shown the corruption. The rug is going to be pulled out from underneath us.
You ignorant slut.
Man, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea when it comes to this now. Like,
191 Redbird makes you wonder about the theater that missing children are being traded to the UFOs that we admitted exist in exchange for technology or protection.
oh, God, I don't know. It could literally be anything.
Listen, there's a monster in space that's eating planet. We can shield you, but we're gonna need to eat your kids.
We've discovered the god of the Aztecs. That's the real god. So what? Yeah, I know. It was shit. I really didn't want it to be that god. But it turns out the god of the Aztecs is the real god. And it requires child sacrifice. It's pretty rough. And actually, everything we've done in the last 500 years is wrong. And it's going to kill us all if we don't continue sacrificing kids. It sounds like a Joss Whedon film.
Yeah. Like, we've done tests and shit. I can show you. Like, we can
Yeah,
demonstrate
no.
this is real.
No. They'll probably show them the proof.
Yeah.
And so now they literally come out, no. Trust us. Epstein killed himself. I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's what we have to believe at this point, all right?
And we will kill literally any number of people we need to keep this quiet.
Yeah.
JD, please, Elon, take me outside so I can post TNT one last time before I go into the depths of cringe. Grock de Baltimore 3. Nolly, not gonna lie, lads, those people who said pedophiles run the world, I think we might owe them an apology and a few drinks after all that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't, who the fuck has the power to do that? You know, that's the thing.
Yeah. Again, literally, when
mental.
They go into the room, they're ready to fight anyone, they leave the room, nope, no fight left.
Yeah, no. It was, we were so 100% wrong. Pam Bondi didn't have a giant stack of files on her desk that were the Epstein client list. Everyone was wrong. Everyone's just fucking retarded, bro. We don't know what we were doing.
Yep.
It's literally what Bongino, Patel, and Bondi are saying. It's like, no. I don't believe this. But what are you going to do?
Driving. I don't think it's crazy if your enemy who won to be salty after the war. The craziest thing for me is the crazy turnaround time. Hell, he only pulled out in 2021? It's only been 4 years.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Again, you're thinking in terms of levels of government administration.
Mm-hmm.
But the Taliban are not.
Primarch, Vietnam has a decent relationship with the US nowadays. Officially, yes, but the people are still a bit salty. Anti-federalist pain. Actually, acting on the list would result in all-out nuclear war. The countries try to hold the powerful people accountable would be pitted against those that didn't. Civil wars would erupt worldwide for the same reason. Nolly, credit to Afghanistan, they do make the place look like fun. Let me blast off or buy the left behind stuff and I might book a week-long stay. Battlecast, Sargon, when will you do a community mini-review on the Pondering again? I have been working on printed and painting some new minis.
Yeah, sorry, I just haven't had any spare time to do anything on my gaming channel. I obviously would love to, but I just haven't had the time.
JD, Taliban, definitely watch Top Gear. That would be great. Invite
Probably.
Top Gear to just drive tanks and shit.
Yeah, get Jeremy Clarkson over. I bet he'd have such a good fucking time.
Yes. And here's all of the leftover American shit. Humvees, ATVs, fucking Abrams tanks. Drive.
And man, that would be some good fucking telly.
It would.
Like, everyone would watch the shit out of that. Jeremy Clarkson visits the Taliban.
Anti-Federalist Pain ever noticed that I'm making the worst fictional universe they could think of? Fordgate accidentally parodied the rise and fall of every commie country. Legalize adulthood. Just remember that someone approved that right-hand bridge every step of the way, all the way until final construction. That is true.
Well, again, this is when you say approved. Again, you're thinking of countries that have effective bureaucracies. There are lots of countries that simply don't.
Yep. Where the overseer just doesn't visit. He just gets the paper faxed to him and goes like, yep.
Yeah, he just gets paid. Like, literally, they just take money.
Mr. Personality, a crash out to make Vladimir the Impaler blush. 536 vids. EV mandate cope. If Elon only cared about EV subsidies, why make him an enemy by cutting them rather than hiding it in the next $60 billion for Ukraine? Yeah, I don't think Elon actually cares that much about the subsidies, honestly. He
should, though.
He should, but he's repeatedly made poor financial decisions when it's something he seems to believe in, so...
True.
Jackie boy, if you took away the friction and the rifling of the barrel wouldn't work. You need for stability and accuracy. Even Sabot rounds need friction. Well, you just make a vibranium barrel then.
Yeah, but what the point being, you don't have to make it zero friction, but like if you make it like minimal friction, I mean, fucking hell, man.
Dreyfus, to be fair, pre-alien invasion and see more in ODST.
Dude, why not make a vibranium railgun?
Yeah. You could probably make a pretty small one, too.
Yeah, exactly, right? For zero friction, like, surely this is just the most dangerous thing that could possibly exist.
You would think so. Hell, you could even have a bullet that just has a small, tiny vibranium bullet cap, so as it'll have vastly superior aerodynamic capabilities to any other conventional bullet.
Yep.
Moio Sucurrency. A game has some actual African culture in it. It's about stealing from white people. Checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kaiser Jaeger. Americans are generally very nice, but something about war makes us demented. Same with the Canadians.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bald Eagle. Favorite Total War game? Shogun 2 was my favorite. You know, I'm actually kind of leaning towards Rome 2 these days with mods.
Same here.
Because some of those mods are really, really good.
Yeah.
Which is there's one that introduced like baggage trains and everything and logistics.
Oh, the DEI mod has got
that one.
Yeah. That's the only one I play. That's the only one I play. It's such a good mod.
Mercenaries 1, Myth and Legends exists because they are real.
Well, metaphorically.
Or Robberleg 623, the concept of Africa not having conceptual language to learn from and maintain their own history hurts me mentally. I'm such a voracious reader.
Yeah, but that's the point, right? Like, if they don't have concepts for important things, then they can't think those important things. But they also don't know the important things.
They have no idea.
Yeah. So the entire language is merely contained within the living people.
Yep. Sajad, Dev is not naive. He's disingenuous to the extreme. He will stab you in the back sooner or later.
No, he's not. He's naive.
He's going to trade your friendship for clout. Oh, he's had opportunities too already then.
But also, is it worth anything? What clout? Like fucking clout, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think Dev will do that. I'll be surprised. Walking Corpse, Curry. I shall add that. Nolly, to be fair, we voted for change in America. Little did we know that change would mean facing down an evil so powerful it literally can't be spoken of.
Well, at the moment, that evil is winning as well, just FYI.
Yep. It took our greatest anti-politician and turned him.
Oh, I know. I know.
That.
It's so mad.
It wasn't even difficult. Reynolds cut it out of the VOD to protect Stephen Wolf. Who?
So say again.
Cut it out of the VOD to protect Stephen Wolf.
Oh, yeah. He's the guy who left. Anyway, let's move on.
Comrade Bagel Muffin, if 10% were on the list, that's 5 governors, 10 senators, 25 House, 50 CEOs from Forbes 500. It would be national self-delete. No one else in world be dealt. No one else in world be dealt? Dealt? Callsign Tourist, you missed my second super chat, lol. I probably hadn't gotten to it yet. I was getting there. Solon Lech, if Dems had the grocery list, why they didn't use it on Trump and the Republicans and redact all of themselves? Brother resorting to lawfare in favorable states and discord? MK Ultra pawns? I mean, that's also true. Yeah, if the Democrats did have Republicans, then sure, they could have used them, I guess.
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, I think there's a reason why people like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi aren't tweeting about it. I think that they are connected to a network that's involved in it.
Mercedes anyone? 97 to 99% of Congress is on the blackmail arc. It's been brought down. Hollywood, nothing but devil-worshipping freaks. Demons, aliens, and magic is real. None of it's for fun, all for power. Connor Smug says, I take the Tucker Carlson stance on Epstein files. If Trump was on them, the Democrats would make everyone see them.
Maybe.
That's a good point too, yeah.
I don't know. I can't help but feel that there is a problem that goes beyond partisan politics here.
Yeah. That's even worse, though. So there's something here that is bigger than the Dems' hatred of Trump.
Yeah.
This just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, it does.
Rock, the demons are real, Sargon and Arch. Evil is real. I'm starting to believe it. Some ugly, no matter which country, the idea anyone has external control of America is bad. The idea they edited children to do is worse. The Wolf Marshal, I'm going to be a straight man, say the evidence was probably destroyed during the Biden years, and now Trump people just has eggs on their face. Yeah, but
could well be.
Maybe, but in that case, they should just say it, right? Like, yeah, our political opposition destroyed it all. Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like a bit of a cop-out, but at least then you'd have somebody to blame.
Yeah.
Verse next anyone, they are called the Khazarian Mafia. Look them up. Sargon, it's so much darker than you can imagine, and they still exist, even though most of them were wiped out. They're the reason for Babylonia.
I'm not even sure if I want to, bro. I don't know if I want to look that up.
Yeah, like, even I'm into horror stories, but fake ones, preferably.
Yeah.
So, Jar, did you notice how Bondi wasn't wearing her cross when she revealed the list was nothing but
it wasn't Bondi. It was the, what's her name? The one who talks to the media.
I don't know either.
The press secretary. But yeah, every day she's wearing a cross, and then that day she's not wearing the cross, as if it's like, I have to go out and lie today, so I'm not going to lie with Jesus on my chest.
Either that, or like, oh, Jesus was bullshit all this time.
No, I don't think it's that. I think I genuinely would think that it's I don't want to wear my cross while I'm lying knowingly.
At this point, Sargon, I'll call that the optimistic interpretation.
Yeah, it might be. It might well be.
What's the next one? Look up Elon's mum and her devil worship. Don't wanna. There's nothing metaphorical, Sargon. It's real. Yeah, even more reason I don't wanna.
Yeah.
If demons are gonna have to be real, I'd rather just not know about it at this point.
Yeah, I'm happy with ignorance, to be honest. I was very happy not knowing anything about any of this.
Ignorance is bliss. If we truly are all ruled by Satan-worshipping pedophiles, fuck it.
Yeah, I'd rather not know.
Yeah. At least then I can pretend.
Yeah.
And finally, Dreyfus. Speaking of systems of predation, screwing principal men, is Tommy Robinson still in prison? Have they moved him, or is he still being kept in a hole?
No, he's free now.
Weren't they like suing him for something he did years ago now?
I don't know actually. He might
yelling at a journalist or something.
Maybe.
Ah, here we go. Yep. So he is currently in some sort of court thing. Thomas Robinson told journalists, "I'm coming to get you," and shared pics of his home on social media. Court told. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This man will never escape the judicial system.
No, he won't.
Again, like at this point, they don't really give a shit if they can get him for something. The point is to just keep the exhaustion campaign going ad infinitum.
Yeah.
It is to keep making court dates, for him to keep showing up, to keep defending himself, dragging up every little thing, to have people investigating his home, his family, property, blah, 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 forever and ever.
Yeah.
And every week they'll send him a letter going, "This could all end.
Yeah.
Just accept our demands, it'll all stop." And Mercenary, I had to face this guy. You still have incoming. It is inevitable. You will not be allowed to be ignorant soon. Listen, when the 30-foot statue of Satan starts moving across the Midwest America, I'll worry about it then. Right. And with that, we are through. And 2 hours 38. We're getting better. I say that every week.
Yeah.
Until next time, chat. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today. This was a fun one. Thank you, Sargon, for sticking with me today as well.
That's all right.
And we will see you all again soon, chat. Have a very good night. And, try not to think about things too much.
No.